Welcome to this week's episode of the Adventures of the Red Bane Guild, everyone. Where we play Dungeons and Dragons. And last we left off, you adventurers set off on a journey eastward, following up the lead you got from William of the Scholars Guild.
He's dead now.
You left the city behind, ventured into the hills of Atrea, passing through the idyllic vineyards and villas that dot the countryside. You came upon a man in full plate armor who demanded a duel with one of you, but in reality he was just trying to prove his bravery. Absolute gave him some good advice and sent him on his way. Not before Warth knocked him to the ground from horseback. You continued on and eventually reached the borders of the fungal forest, through which you passed, following the narrow road as the wood became deeper and darker. You observed Myconid watching you, following you as you passed through its environment. You fought off a pair of dire fungal skunk badgers. And then, the great fungal bear itself. It was difficult, but you survived, made your way out of the forest, up into the windswept clifflands, and the little isolated town of Plero. And there, just as William said, you found Francesca, going by the name of Valkenor, at a little cheese shop that she now runs. She gave you the information that you sought, that she knows the shard is still in Vanson. She, while searching for it, ran afoul of someone powerful 10 years ago, and had to flee, starting a new life here in hiding. She did not know exactly who it was that was pursuing her, but she did reveal a piece of crucial information. She managed to kill one of her assassins, and on his body found the order for her death. On the envelope was the wax seal used by members of the king's court.
Dun, dun, dun.
You then left Francesca's shop, armed with this new lead. And it is there you find yourselves outside, in the early afternoon, and a cold east wind blows in from the sea. You still have not rested since your entire ordeal through the forest. So you all take one level of exhaustion, and you take an additional level, as you were exhausted from your frenzy.
I know!
We're still in the town, yeah?
You're basically right outside Francesca's door.
Okay.
Was when we left off.
So,
What
and
do
the
you
town is outside the forest, right? Outside
Yes, a
the
good
fungal
deal,
forest.
a good few hours past the border of Fungal Forest.
I suppose we can just camp out like we would along the road anyway.
Right outside the forest? Da.
I think we should, well, obviously, keep a watch in case someone followed us here.
Mm-hmm. I look around to see if anyone's followed
We
us.
saw only 2 men on the road, maybe.
Make a perception check.
Would you like me to help you or are you good?
Total of 20.
You don't see anyone that you recognize or anyone that seemed sinister or anything like that. No one, I mean, some are still now taking more notice of you. It is late afternoon. You see some people milling around, though it's a small village. There are some in the square around the well. And you see a small boy looking at you, kind of peculiarly. But that's all you really notice. He's kind of ducking around the well, looking at these strangers.
You don't think he could be an assassin, do you?
Maybe he's a halfling.
He looks like he's a small half-elven boy with shaggy brownish red hair.
How far away from us am I?
How far away from us are you? You are. Let's see.
I think I missed it. I think I got like
The shirt mostly.
You are right at. You are out at number 4 on the map. You are standing right outside at the door, and you can see him straight between those 2 buildings. He's peering at you from behind the wall. That's the only person taking special interest in you. Most of the others are going about their business, heading to and from their shops and such.
I have to open the Discord.
The two scoop.
Right, so we're at 4. So he's a good distance away from us.
Yep, he's right at the well there.
You could probably hit him with an arrow from this distance.
But you rolled high enough to be able to notice him.
I want to casually walk his way, but not like right towards him, all creeple
You want
like.
to flank him?
Alright, you huffing and puffing. Yes. Boy, we really haven't rested. You head between those two buildings out into the town square. There's maybe 15 people out here just milling about. And you head up, kind of meandering in his direction. He kind of hides on the other side of the wall of the well from wherever you are, peeking above its stone. Wall.
Can I sneak up behind him?
You can sure try to. Make
Okay.
your head
Are
make
you
stuff.
walking away from us?
Yes.
What are you guys doing? And as you see Worth,
Would you say to us that you're
Yeah, I
doing
was
anything?
like, hey, stay here and act natural. I'm curious about something.
you don't really see where he's going or what he's doing. He just heads
Here,
out
we are acting natural for Wareth to go do a thing.
versus his perception.
Shut up, Carrie.
What's that? What'd you roll?
Natural one.
Oh no, yeah. He doesn't ever lose his sight of you as you're like.
Fine then, I'll just play it off. I wasn't trying to sneak up on him. Are you?
You got down behind some bushes, started to crouch, and you lock eyes with them, and you stand back up and go,
With this like 10-year-old boy.
"That's not me, Chief."
Are you lying in wait to assassinate me?
Where are you from? You are around here?
Or from very, very far away?
How far?
Wolfgard.
That is very far. My mother told me about that place.
What did she tell you about?
That it is beautiful and has mountains and lots of pretty rivers.
Adorable little boy too.
What is your name?
I'm Warren.
You look very tired.
I'm very tired. We were attacked by all sorts of crazy, ravenous animals in the woods.
You need help with that boy, Wareth.
Now you see what he's doing. You see him in conversation with this small boy right next to the well. He says, what kind of creatures attacked you?
Ferocious, dire skunk badgers.
You need to meet my sister. She would love to hear your stories as well.
Perhaps later. What can you tell me about your home here?
My home?
The city, the town, the village. Yeah.
It's kind of boring here, you know. We don't get a lot of new people around. I only have a couple of friends, and I don't have to get to meet very many people.
Are we still acting natural, Mirwin, or do you think Ruse is up and Wareth doesn't need us to do this no more?
I think his cover was blown as soon as he stepped out of the woods.
God damn.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's trying to be sneaky anymore.
We'll walk up to it.
Ursula joins you, and he looks up. Oh, you are very tall. Groomed.
I am as tall as I have grown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you.
Is she married to you?
No.
Why not?
Wareth is not type of mine that I like. You've got a thing on your shoulder, you should get checked out maybe. Here,
You look
I
very-
get for you.
You're very tired as well. Did you get attacked?
Yeah, we travel together.
And that one too?
Da.
Oh, you look terrible.
Thank you.
You're worse than the rest of them.
Yes, I slowly come up because I'm.
Oh yeah, you're all
really tired.
disadvantaged on just everything right now.
Oh yeah, I have disadvantage on that stealth check.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
See if you can get double ones.
I'm kind of curious.
Dax did that.
No, that was anyway. You say we look so tired. Are there places in town to stay?
But there's no inn because people don't really stay here.
But why is there a town here? What is
There
what's the
can be.
purpose? Where's the
there can
industry?
be-
There are other coastal towns, only a couple of them, and there are people that come from the mountains sometimes to do this.
You can be a town and not have, places to stay.
You need to stay somewhere?
We
Yeah,
do.
is going to go see if the barracks would let us in. We saw that we have stayed in barracks. But
My sister would love to meet you. Why do you not? You could come to my home.
if you are offering, but we are also 3 strangers. So
Come to my home and I will talk. You can tell me your stories. And my sister, she wants to hear your stories too.
We could ask where are your parents?
My papa is a guardman, probably in the tower. And my mama is probably at home with my sister.
we would not intrude.
I want to hear stories and what you did and what attacked you.
Lead the way to your mother. We will ask her.
Okay. This excited young boy leads you from there to that small building just behind number 3 on the map. Just behind the barracks, actually. So it's a smallish home.
Is it outside the city?
Inside.
Behind number 3? Oh,
Yeah.
is it like
Inside.
within the wall?
Inside the ring, yeah. So it's that small building right there. I've got just one window, but it appears to be in fairly good shape. The walls are stone brick mixed with plaster and wattle. And he excitedly runs up to the door, bursts in, and says, "Come in! Allez!"
Yeah. Hello. We are out of towners.
He says, "Mama,
Bah.
come Monsieur Roy, I've met Chloe." And you guys go following behind us, very excited. And you see, in the house, the girl is seated reading a book. A younger, half-elven girl. Looks like she's, I don't know, maybe 14 or 15 years of age. And the mother, off in the kitchen. It's a big one-room house with just a divider where a bed might be. And she's over at a table in the kitchen. Looks like she's preparing something for dinner.
Absolutely, just kind of looms in the doorway and blocks light.
The woman is older, perhaps 40. She is a human. Has long black hair, olive skin, much a natural complexion. And she looks up, kind of. Bonjour.
Hello.
You
Привет.
Fallon. Who are your friends? He says, I met these people at the town square, and they're so interesting. They're fought creatures. And look at them, they look so tired.
Your son was kinder enough to offer us shelter. I knew you would get that.
She looks up.
Star Wars.
Yes, I am. She looks up. I only just now realized that, that's kind of the situation. She looks up.
Am I Chewbacca in this?
Runs her eyes over you guys and kind of.
You're Jar Jar. It's Phantom Menace. Anyway.
You might be Jar Jar.
We said called Jar Jar.
You would be Qui-Gon Jinn and you would be Padme.
I do that.
As that.
That's what I said the Qui-Gon line.
Yeah, I know, but
But we're talking about the quality of our characters.
I love you.
Wow.
So, Mama,
Привет.
this young woman looks up and takes a minute to look over you, and noting that you are in pretty poor shape, she said, "Why don't you all please sit down? My home is open. We do not have strangers around here very often, but we are hospitable people nonetheless. Please." And there are around the common room a couple of nicely handmade chairs and a longer chaise kind of thing, finely stitched Looks like it might be from somewhere far away. And a table.
We have very nice home here.
Oh, yes. We live a modest but comfortable life. Pierrot is a good place. My husband, Elwin, should be back within a couple of hours. He works the guard post. And at this point, the young boy, Fallon, is grabbing his sister by the arm. Them two are both kind of coming up to you as you all stand around. She goes, what are your names? How are you going to stay with us?
We are. I am Wareth. This is Absolute. This is Miro.
Hello, you are.
I'll address the mother. They would be happy to pay for a room here today if you are offering.
No need for payment.
Well, we will not put you up.
Well, please just have a seat. Would you like me to some tea or something?
We would be happy to pay for some tea.
You look like you have been through quite a lot recently.
Yes.
The trek through forest was something indeed.
You did not come to Pierrot via the mountain route to the north?
We needed to make haste.
Over the hills? You
Yes,
came
miss.
through the Fondor forest, a Freddy Champignon, and you survived? That is rarity indeed.
Maybe foolish.
It would seem so. You are barely hanging on. I will prepare a tea for you that is good for body and soul. Please sit. Children, show them hospitality and don't bother them too much.
Gold piece.
Get protested.
This one. To the table. If you handed it to me, I would throw a gold piece down on the table and just kind of like.
That is generous.
It is generous you're taking strangers into your home.
Well, I will not accept. I will not decline your generous gift. Thank you. We are happy to have you. We do not have visitors, but I will do my best to accommodate you.
It is no worries.
I do not have beds. Are you able to sleep upon the floor?
It is perfectly fine.
Not a problem. Okay,
It is
thank you.
not a problem.
It's far preferable from out of the woods.
Yeah. The other option was out in the city out of the city, and we were certainly going to do it. We have done it before. It is what we are on our way to do.
Fallon, he was watching you.
Yes, we saw the advances of
Yeah.
a very skilled assassin.
Oh, Fallon. He takes note of every single stranger that comes into town. He knows the names of all of the rangers that come down from the mountains and hills. All of the merchants who come regularly. It's not possible to come into this town and not have his notice.
It sounds like he is Kenai himself. Are you going to be a ranger? You know that is dangerous job to be a ranger.
Me too. I'm going to be a ranger too, says Chloe.
She older, smaller, bigger.
She's a little bit taller than him. She has about 4 years on him. She's got dark blonde hair pulled back into a ponytail. Kind of wears a green tunic, and she's put down her book, thick tome, and now it's all their attention fixed on you. We're both going to be rangers.
How old are you?
I'm 14. And 10.
You're 10.
Yeah.
Well, training to be a ranger is a long job. That was you. It's very long job.
Whenever the rangers come into town, we always have them. We always have to shoot their bows, and sometimes they say yes. The nice ones.
You're able to pull back the string on this. You can at least launch the arrow a little ways.
Sometimes they have smaller bows.
Yeah.
I can pull those. I can pull back the bigger ones. No, you can't. Mama! Listen! les enfants, arrête! Sorry about that.
They are completely fine.
Anyhow, please. And then she turns off and begins to grab ingredients from the cabinet. You smell a cave exotic spice filling those. She begins to prepare some tea for you all. And I will have some sapanetta as well after I win your chance.
Which is very generous. We were going to have rations, and it is fine if we do. There is, we do not want to put you out. I came from a small town myself. I know that having company sometimes is expensive.
Oh, we got an extra duck from a party of rangers last week. I still have it, so just put you out.
We will be happy to chip in on the expense though.
She goes back to work.
So tell us about it. What happened to you? You came through the mushroom forest?
We did.
What happened in there?
Well, it was quite a harrowing.
There were the friendly creatures. They're small little mushroom people.
Are they mushroom people real? We have heard stories about them. Some people say they're real and some people say they are not real.
So to start off, that is very dangerous in there, and please stay away from the forest as long as you can.
Only until I'm ranger.
And even then, it is you should ask the other rangers how often they go in there, and I can bet you that it is not often. We might not even go that way again.
It is not often. Even the rangers try to avoid that place.
We might go back another way. But I did see, I don't know if these two did, but there were little mushrooms. They had faces, they walked around. They watched us carefully and cautiously, just to see what we were doing. And then there was a great, numerous dangers. The beasts and mushrooms that would just kill you by breathing the air that you're around, and a very large bear.
Very large bear.
A very large bear.
A bear?
Uh,
Kill a bear?
we kill? Yeah, we killed that one. It took a lot of effort. We were worried about. We were worried.
What did it look like?
It was ferocious, monstrous, as big as a house. It snuck up on us. We thought we were done for. Then,
Both of them just
Very
locked
expert
on attention.
storyteller.
Happy to wingman is for you.
then, all three of us lined up, as if acting as one, with one mind. We attacked this ferocious beast,
Boy, what a
pushed it back into the wall of its lair. Absolutely ran through with their sword, smiting it. I, with my bow from a distance, shot him between the eyes. Mirwin charged it, ferocious as a bear herself, and clobbered it with their axe and shield. The bear could take no more. No match for Mirwin's might. Absolute purity and
Oh yes, so pure.
all I could think of.
Well, what if you had me pegged? So pure I am.
Yeah.
Wow!
It was just to protect our lives and nothing else.
Fine. Absolute's courageous. I had something and I was gone.
Did you?
Yes, it was my soul. Anyway.
Can I see your sword?
Oh, well, if you like.
Alvin asks.
It is okay with Mama, I suppose. And I'll unsheath it and set it tip down against the counter, or the table. Just kind of lean back from it.
This is the design. Tolle.
It is long sword, is what it is called. Long sword.
Finger down
It is heavy, be careful.
down the blade.
Reaches up to the hilt. Pulls it awkwardly down onto his lap. Whoa. It's so pretty.
It is from my brotherhood.
They kind of fight over for a second.
Be careful with blade, children.
Be careful, Faline.
I do not want you to hurt yourself.
Chloe holds it. Muscles it up.
Oh, that is huge.
And what's that? Asks the boy.
That.
Points to
Go
sort of
around
comet
here.
fell around here.
This is a piece of a even greater sword. This is a piece of comet fell. It is
You have a niece?
it is a great sword. This is a piece, and then the left, the last I saw of comet fell. It was as long and twice as heavy as the Mazarin look there that you have in your hands.
What does it do? What is it?
It is a sacred sword. It was once wielded by Ralur Ryle.
What's that?
Ralur Ryle was a very great man. Very great man. He wrote this book. Oh, not flash.
Oh.
He outlined how to be a good person, and how to smite your enemies and bring justice to the world, and how to be glorious. And that is what I follow.
Are you a holy warrior? With a bright sword? Yeah, I have heard tales of the holy warriors from the north of Atrea. And they can, their swords can make bright light.
You could say something along those
Can you
lines.
do that?
Well, Boris, have I done that?
What? Yes.
I made my swords shine beautifully. Well, you can tell a story. No, you don't need to. Nah, I can. I can light that sword aflame.
Can you show us?
Perhaps not inside the house.
Inside the house, I can. Yeah. Let's see, how long does this stuff last? I think it only lasts a minute. Yeah. I can drop concentration immediately. So, I'll retrieve the sword from them inside the house, because whatever. And then I'll strike the two, just kind of moving the piece of comet fell across the blade, and light the blade up, and then immediately drop it as soon as it completely engulfs, and then drop it immediately.
Just this blast of radiant fire goes up the blade. And they're like, oh.
Hope that we don't get attacked today.
Seriously. And you spend a little while longer than with the children, just absolutely enthralling them with several more tales of beasts you have slain, places you have escaped from, and various encounters that you have had. And you're absolutely giving the children the time of their lives. The mother, Simone, brings you all some tea. It's very floral and has a like, sort of long taste to it where it comes up down and then comes back up your nose very heavily and with a beautiful floral decay. It's delicious. It seems to help you revitalize a little bit. And a couple of hours go by, and
You put your feet on me sometimes. I did that.
and in walks another figure.
No.
A tall elven man walks in, dressed in a tabard, has a sword at his side. Well, appears I'll have guests.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
How's all with you? What looks to Simone? She says, "Are you in, my love? Faline has brought home some guests in town. I saw you all at the tower earlier. What have you been up to?"
We had some business with someone in town. We got some information off of them, and then we were about to head back out when your son here asked us to come tell tales.
My son is very observant. He will find you just as well as any guardsman or ranger could. Can't escape us notice. Very inquisitive type.
He's got keen eyes.
And so is Chloe. I hope I haven't been too overwhelming with the questions. You all look rather tired.
It is true we are tired, but we also relish the opportunity to tell stories of glory.
He goes over and kisses his wife. They converse for just a second quietly.
Oh, so you're all just with us tonight?
If that is acceptable to you.
Well, certainly. We have an extra duck.
And you see now she has it on the counter, the duck, all butchered, spread, beginning to season it and ready it for the fire.
We will, like said before, we'll be happy to chip in for expenses.
Well, it wouldn't be necessary, but we wouldn't say no to you.
I don't think Absolute will have it any other way.
But
You're all very generous, then.
Yes, they are.
Well,
with some coaching, that what it eventually is.
like, I'm going to help my wife with the preparations for your dinner. I'm sure you're entertained by the children. We'll bring out the food and pretty. None of their hour passes.
Before you get too involved, does General Store still sell liquor? We saw a general store in town.
Oh yes, the name of the general store is.
I have it written down, I think. No, I don't. General Goods is all I have
Oh
written.
yes, Girardeau. He does better wine everywhere in Atria. You get some wine wherever you go.
What do you like then from there?
Well, whenever I go in, they have an excellent dry red that Girardeau gets from one of the other towns around the coast here.
I still have some of my wine I got from that place. The one place, don't I? Or was
You
it
have like so much
I
unless
think-
you left it, unless you hauled that big cask.
And I doubt I would have.
Yeah,
This is a
we-
huge cask that you bought that cost like 100 gold.
We
that
took
you-
it back to the inn before we went to meet.
That's right, we did.
We don't have bags of holding. I don't think that you've got just. I don't think you're like a barbarian that has a keg of ale on you.
It is not currently with you. It's at the thing, unless you strapped it to a saddlebag of your horses.
No.
With the three of them are waiting outside this house before you came in. You tied to a post.
Oh yeah, the horses.
Oh yeah. What do you do with the horse?
Yeah, it's
That's kind of they're ethereal. They exist when we need them.
yeah, it's made by a good winery. I can't even remember its name, the name of the man right now.
Then
But it's called Belvin.
Belvan, the red wine. I will be back. I'll
Oh,
stand
you're
up.
gonna pick us up a bit of entertainment for the night.
Sheath the sword. It's the least I can do.
Well, I won't say no.
But I will be back. But if you're good with stories, I am not so much. I will be back.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get mine.
While he's gone, I'll tell you about
Who? Who?
what?
While she's gone.
Whatever. You're as big as a man.
All right, so Absolute leaves. That's out the door.
Well, she is gone. I'll tell you about the time we went to the Isle of Giants.
Oh boy.
Heard of you the giants?
That's the wrong accent.
I've heard of it. I'm doing this up. I've heard of the Isle of Giants.
Yes. And then I tell it.
Yeah, you relate your various tales, your arrival, the trials of the Cliff Watcher, how you found a poacher and accused poacher, rescued him, your travels to the Isle of Dowray, your dealings with the Firbolg, and how you narrowly escaped the island. And Absolute, as evening begins to dawn, late afternoon, you arrive at General Goods by Girardeau, and entering, you see there behind a counter. This is it's a pretty big shop. Pretty much everybody will get everything they need.
It's
all
like
of the goods they need here.
Tools and rope and
All
cables.
all of that
It's,
on
anything that's too expensive to or
On shelves.
difficult to manufacture.
Yep, on shelves all up and down. There's clothing as well, leather goods hung on hooks on the wall. Even a few weapons as here, cheaper stuff. Behind the counter is a thin human man with a
Thin human man.
thin human man with a thin human mustache. Slick black hair. He says,
Bonsoir.
Pretty deal.
My Dieu.
I am looking for Town Guard's favorite wine. I have already forgotten the name of wine. It is red, is what he was wanting.
You're very good.
Is I am very what now?
You're very
I
good.
am very cold.
I like it.
I am very cold.
Oh, you are probably talking about
Maybe, I am not sure. I have literally, from the short walk from his home to here, thought about other things and have forgotten it.
Madame, I know exactly what you need.
Oh,
Comes off from the counter.
Just take this away.
Takes you to a shelf.
follow him dumbfounded.
Takes you to a shelf halfway back. A bottle off the shelf.
Just kind of like grab it. Duh.
Oh.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, very strong. With your hands. Oh.
Duh, baby, I am very strong. It is like the thing that I do.
Yes, come back in again.
Maybe later.
I'm so glad that we are not with her.
I give you all for you.
I am on the verge of flirting with this man, or maybe not. I don't know.
For you, I will just only to silver pieces for
Oh,
those who
it's
want.
nothing. What else do you have here? You see that your general store.
Oh,
Anything of interest?
anything you need, I have good leather goods from one of the towns up the coast. Only two other towns, so get good goods we can. If you're looking for leather goods, I have leather goods for them.
I'm not specifically looking for anything.
And I have specifically most things that you could want, possibly, in my shop.
Any work? I'll kind of like walk back to the counter as I dig out 2 silver. Any work that you need done? Things plaguing you while we are in town before we head out? I know the rangers come through every once in a while, but if there is something specific.
Not that I can think of. Unless you want to sweep the floors.
Oh, we are not looking for work like that.
Oh, I do have a couple of crates in the back. I have a humongous pile of crates in the back of the store. It is on the back, in the little shanty thing. I would love to help you carry them in here. I would love it, and I will give you the bottle of one for free.
This reminds me of me asking that drow. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. You guys weren't at the table, and not Worth. What was your name?
Ragnus.
Ragnus was like, "Can I flirt with that person?" Sure, James.
A couple more crates of this wine, and some other. I think one has pairs of boots in it, but they're quite heavy, and I am so petite.
Well, this is not exactly the work I traditionally do.
What do you traditionally do?
We are, I am a woman of cloth. I have big sword, I have big shield. I am wearing big shining armor in front of you now.
I don't have anything I need killed or
Well, then forget I asked the question then. I'll put down 2 silver. Thank you for the land. You are a very interesting man.
Okay. I got it. 0. Good evening.
Da, thank you.
Let's see. Just kind of resignedly, let's see what
Kind of just turn and leave.
That's funny. He doesn't need anything killed, so you just leave.
Yeah, like, let's get into the politics of this little town. Let's find out what's going on.
This place is like the opposite of the Scholars Guild. Where there are interesting people not getting in each other's business. But we head back to
Fine with that.
house as the dawn, as the twilight begins to fall, and you return. Back in there is Warth, still regaling children with tales.
Set the bottle down. I have never been flirted with before, but I think I was just then.
Oh,
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
You met Jacques.
oh, Jacques.
Says Simon. That man.
He is quite a
unique type, isn't he?
I would say so, that. Don't know if this is good for children. Yes, he offered to give me wine for free if I just moved crates and he watched. It was a little bit of something, I think.
Creepy even for me.
Interesting. Jacques usually isn't that forward. He must have liked you. I mean, he's a character, but he's never flirted with me.
I understand. I have seen some men in shiny armor, and I've been like, "Whoa! I would love to watch them stack crates."
Oh, Jacques. Well, thank you for putting up with him for the wine.
Oh, seriously,
Let's pop the bottle.
there's nothing. You're absolutely starting to get the French accent.
He retrieves a few wooden tankards, fills up each with wine, hands them to you guys. He sits down in one of the chairs that reclines, and a few minutes later, two roast ducks are brought out, well seasoned. She puts a bowl with an orange tinted sauce down between them, and they begin to carve the duck and serve it around this small table that's set up in the kitchen. And you begin to drink your wine, eat the duck. And she says, Simone says,
So surely you are not thinking of going back the way you came.
You know how the hindsight is. We might go different way. We don't know of different way.
A different way is
Back to Warsaw.
difficult. There are, well, see the rangers, with the parties of rangers that come down sometimes, most traders come from the mountains, the mountain pass that is to northern Atrea. But the parties of rangers, they prefer even to avoid the forest. And I have heard them say before that they use a secret way through the hills. They mark trees along their way to show where it's safe to stay. It is near the mountains or near the foot of the mountains, up through the hills and forests, descends down into the vineyard lands.
I don't suppose you know where we could find one of these rangers.
But it would be nice to have information more pointed than just there is secret path.
Well,
Otherwise, we are going to just race right through and not stop for anything. Now that we know what kind of dangers are like for us.
She says, Elvin, la carte.
Elvin stands. He goes into a cabinet, pulls out a ruled piece of paper, spreads it out on the table after clearing the duck away. Now picked clean by you all. And it is a map of this area of Atrea. I didn't draw it, which I should, but
It's a map to get us through.
and basically, well, I could draw it pretty quickly. If
Pencil?
I got the pencil.
Pencil.
Hi. There's a kitty over
Thought
there.
about sitting there, but then there would be things in front of me that I didn't
Yes.
see.
Yes.
There is a key right there.
Is she gonna hiss at me again today?
Depends, are you gonna fall
Potentially,
fall
yeah.
the stairs?
You scare the crap out of her, she might very much just do that.
I'm surprised she didn't hiss at me when I was carrying that chair. She was not happy about that.
You did like make a big noise and then make an even bigger noise
Yeah.
the first time.
So like, what was that? I almost wasn't able to come tonight. You know why? Because I
No,
had a dog sitting next to me, like up against me, and I had a cap.
It's true. That's the rule.
You were concreted in.
Here for your stories.
There's no problem.
I'm going to be up all night thinking about the bear.
Oh, you should not. You should try to get sleep. I know sometimes it is tough when you have new ideas in head, but try to sleep.
He's going to get nightmares about it. I'm not.
Imagine him as instead a small, cute teddy bear, not big monstrous bear.
Small, cute teddy bear with razor-sharp claws and ferocious fangs.
But she lies. I don't keep nightmares anyway.
Of course not. And killed.
And the children go on off to bed.
If ordering Qdoba is a thing, do you want to get on this, buddy?
I mean, Bebe.
Break while we order Qdoba.
Yes, so the children and parents soon retire to bed. The fire burns down to embers. You lay about your bedrolls and you take a long rest.
Huzzah!
That only rids you of one level of exhaustion.
I'm gonna take another gold piece that I need to remember to mark off, and just kind of like leave it on the under something on the small table, so that like maybe my glass, so that when they
So you slip it under your tankard.
when they clean up after we've left, they'll find another gold piece.
Sure.
Their two-finger scrolling is backwards from the way Windows is.
Really?
Yeah, so
That's Chromebooks.
Pull down and it goes up.
Yeah.
This I pull down and it goes down.
I much prefer this, the way Chromebooks have it.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Inverted controls. I think that's a setting that you could probably hit in Chromebook. Windows is probably
I'm pretty sure there's a setting for that as well in Windows.
inverted.
But it feels more like, like a tablet touchscreen you pull up and
Yeah, sure. I don't know. How do you scroll down on a mouse?
Just
Yeah.
pull down.
yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, down
So
goes
this
down.
is like a mouse, but
Mhm.
this is more like a touchscreen control.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
prefer it this way.
Silly man.
I guess I never noticed that it was inverted like that.
I wouldn't have unless I was going right from one to the other.
Honestly, because I use the ThinkPad for meetings and it's in its office opposite of that. But yeah, I definitely prefer this.
Ah, sweet chicken. Okay, so I pause the recording now?
Yeah. Let's take a quick break while we order some kudo.
Rock your bye.
Okay. You awake in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I wanted to say a thing about what I do at night.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. All right. So it is nighttime. You all find yourselves asleep in the living room.
Can't push the long rest button yet, though,
All
because
is-
Worth is gonna kill us.
All is quiet.
I already did because you told us that we had.
I went to sneak it down his back and pull out our book.
Oh, it would
Mm.
be my passive perception,
Yeah. Roll a stealth check versus what's your passive perception score?
which you would probably have advantage 14 because I'm asleep.
Yeah. Roll with advantage because you're asleep.
That was a 23.
Yeah. You easily steal. Just reach over Absolith into her pack and pull out the Tome of Prowler Ryle. What do you do?
I want to skim through it and look over random things and just kind of get an idea for it.
You, why don't you describe the contents of the book a little bit more?
So it's a lot of. Let me see how much I actually have in the document. I didn't have a whole write up. It is a mixture between self-flagellating tales of Vralu Ryle and his glorious battles and kind of storybookish in nature. And then kind of at the end it's a twist of this is the takeaway lesson and you should be glorious in the way that you defeat your enemy, and then it gets into how to live a glorious life, and it's a mixture. It is very much an autobiography of this man writing about himself, telling people how he did great fantastic deeds and why you should be like him.
What's in there about, you use it to prepare your spells? Is there like instructions on that kind of stuff in there?
Yeah, a lot of
how
yeah.
he used his powers and
Yeah, because there are points in like how to do things, and a lot of it's been ritualized. So she won't like directly quote. It's more like cliff notes of how to do things, and then it's not like instructional book. It is more like the idea of how he got this power and what kind of a thing he had to do, and then it's kind of vague on how to actually do it. And so, like, if you were to find the passage that is bookmarked with Flying Steed that she used 2 days ago, it is more a story of how this wondrous horse appeared, and he used that as his noble steed and kind of the situation he was in when he needed the horse. And it doesn't like have direct like here's the X and Y and Z of what you do to find a horse.
Did you say Zed?
Yeah. I don't know why. I can't tell you why Z has been replaced with Z in my vernacular, but it has.
Okay. Anyway, go on.
So yeah, like it's very storybookish in nature, but like man, it got turned into a religion,
Right. So you peruse for an hour.
and it's very like gaudy.
You can't help but eye roll at some of the more flowery passages about how amazing he was.
You probably have run into a couple times where it talks about the Mask of Dust.
We'll learn a little bit about them.
They're very demonized. They're very, very, very demonized.
Yeah, he makes them out to be an absolute terrible enemy. And you get through that, you gather some information.
Put it back. Go to bed.
Roll stealth against with advantage to put that thing back.
That was an
Oh yeah,
18.
there's a whole bunch that I have written here, but we're just gonna say that you didn't read those parts.
It was definitely 18.
So you succeed. Absolute is none the wiser. And now, click the long rest button, and you awake in the morning. You wake to the smell of Simone cooking up some leftover duck with eggs. As she sees you guys rising. Good morning, my friends.
Привет. This smells amazing.
Well, thank you. It's eggs fried in duck fat. Ever had it?
I have not had lots of duck.
So good. It'll be ready in a minute. Come on over to the table. Dobry утро.
Dobry utro. Yeah, there we go. Hey man, you know Russian and I don't.
Couple of things.
Dobry.
Доброе утро.
Dobry.
Привет, доброе утро.
Привет. I learned that привет is very informal. Very, very.
Alright, so you join around the table, along with Eddie Wynn and the children, Fallon and Chloe. You all have a wonderful morning meal. The children still with continuous questions for you. I should have had you make a performance check earlier when you were talking to the kids, but no.
Kids are so easy.
They're so
to
pretty,
please.
yeah. They would have, no matter what he said, just been so bright-eyed and interesting. Interested. So where do you all head out today?
We should head back to Vassal.
Head back unless there are things that need doing in town that we can help out with. We will be happy to. Otherwise, we are going to get back.
Emily's a good blacksmith if you happen to need any services before you leave. But otherwise, there's not a whole lot around here. Falconor, excellent cheese and milk. Bread. Cheese, milk, butter.
That's what we might stop at Blacksmith, see if he has anything especially special. I do not think that I can afford anything right now. But maybe he has need of errand boy and women's. Womans. Errand womans.
You're welcome to stay longer if you need to. But if you're heading out,
We would not think this. Yeah.
it was lovely having you all for a night. And the kids gush and express there.
Nah, kids.
Will you visit us again?
You will promise me I will visit you again, but you will promise me to stay out of that forest. Huh?
When you enter the angels, you
When
know
you-
promises.
When you are rangers. When you are
When we
rangers.
are angels, we will
But
go
do not
in.
stress your poor.
We are going to kill our own bear in there.
Maybe
Remember,
one
it
day.
took 3 of us.
But do not stress your poor mother by saying that you are going to go into the big scary forest.
Parents are like,
Big scary forest. Nah.
children, you know. Say the weirdest things.
Nah, it goes.
But you have to come back and visit and tell us more stories.
We might.
Okay.
We might. It's all matters, you know. We may not be on the triumvirate alone. We have other things to do. We came on ship. We have traveled with great ship captain Graziella. And
Alright, told us about her.
yeah.
Told us about all the places you have been at the Isle of Giants and things like that. Just great.
That's up to before I joined. But we will be all over the place. Maybe one day we're here. Children.
Okay.
Children.
You finish your breakfast. And there you are. What do you do after you are finished with the day?
We should. What are we going to do? We're going to try to find this secret path. Do we look for a ranger?
Does he Nia? Does he?
I think
Well,
that's
we can
what-
say the most incriminating things. That's what I thought of when you said that.
Okay.
Oh, that reminded me of something, but I'll do
Okay.
it later.
Does he Nia? I don't know how to say that. Till we meet next year. Till the next meeting.
Google Translate will I'll pronounce it for you.
But I can say Paka. Paka children.
What's that mean? Oh, I keep doing this. What does that mean?
It is Oslokovian for until we meet next or goodbye.
Au revoir. That's what we say.
That is certainly not Oslokovian or common.
Exactly.
I say a farewell in Elvish.
Oh, I know what that one means. And anyone repeats it.
Bye, y'all.
Alright. The family sees you out. You all exit the building together. And you all walk off,
Oh,
and they wave goodbye.
did we ask them where we might find a ranger?
Yeah, you-
just hoping to find them on the road, as far as I remember.
That's, yeah, they said that there was not a schedule or anything.
You know how rangers be. They range. They range.
So, what do you do?
Maybe you'll meet a Oslokovian ranger.
It is a cold day for spring. That wind blows stiff in from the ocean
Could either be good or bad.
up into the clifflands.
Going them Oslokovians.
First rare character was an awesome ranger.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I look around to see if we're being followed by horrible people.
Of course you do. Make a
Oh,
perception
yeah.
check.
I would like
Really, it's up
to maybe check to make sure that what's her name, Francesca, is still alive. And
This is
out of
just-
her shop.
You want to go over there and like visit her, or just like
Just pass by, See if I can see her through the window.
Yeah. So you go back over to Cliffside Cheese and Butter. Make a perception check or an investigation check as you.
Cliffside cheese.
Yeah, that's totally where I was gonna go.
Investigation.
Maybe some fancy cheeses for the road.
Come on.
What?
He said there was a place that has cheese and things.
That's
Yeah.
the place you were at. Where
The lady that we went and
Oh.
saw. Duh.
I mean, I guess-
26.
I
You
guess
were
that-
already in there. 26.
Oh,
I guess that works out.
All seems to be normal.
Okay.
Same as it was yesterday. No signs of any disturbance or anything like that.
I rolled a 19.
To do the
To
same.
get
Oh,
cheese.
No, it was to check and see if we were being followed by scary people.
You don't notice any presences that you didn't see before or that seem to be out of place.
Okay.
Just a few people in the town square at this point.
Is Ludwig or whatever his name is creeping on Absolute?
Jacques, you see the general store, but you don't see Jacques. Jacques Girardot.
Hey,
Maybe-
Absolute, did you need to stop at the general store again?
No. It would only be to tell Zhekov.
God.
Strike it from the record. Delete it from the recording.
Too late.
Absolute very much knew what she was doing when she said that. And he would like it. Okay, let's go see your cheese woman. Da?
Okay.
Alright.
You know that word that you hate so much? I call you all the time, Bibin.
You don't hate it. It's,
He's very much liked it.
we're good. You should call him that permanently. And only him.
Yet. I
Yeah.
think I am fine.
So you untie your horses and you lead them over back to Balkanor's shop, and you go back into there. She is. Bonjour encore. I didn't expect to see you back in here so soon.
Yes. We heard you also sell those cheeses and I forget what else we said.
That would explain all the wheels of cheese and the equipment for making it, and also the sign above the door.
Worth has had a very hard
Would you
day.
like some?
I would like some cheese.
What
He
kind
would
of
like
cheese?
some cheese.
I would like some, I don't know what kind of cheese to have those like.
I don't know what kind of cheese do you like. The down in
American.
Birkin cheese.
Down in oftentimes you eat. You can find ox cheese or goat cheese. It's very common.
Do you have any wine-soaked goat cheese?
Oh wait, I do. I have a small meal of that. I think I can sell you. And she goes into the back of her shop, carries out a decent, smallish size wheel. There you are. Just 5 silver for it.
Thank you. That's all for me.
There you are. Do you need anything else?
I look around at these guys.
Please be very careful with the information I've given you when you get back to Vassal.
Not information.
Just not.
Is it 5 or 3 silver?
5.
Oh, speaking of honeys, I need to mark off the gold that I gave to. That's it. This.
I want to buy some cheese for Eckerd.
Oh, I could like that. Smart.
She's for the dwarves. I have something for that.
Okay.
She goes and
She brings you a rock.
wheels out
It's yellow. so-
wheels out another. This one is especially hearty.
Okay.
Its flavor will reminisce you to the mountains.
It is made of real rock.
Chunks of rock.
With some gravel in there.
No, that would be the biscuits they eat, the crap, the hardtack or whatever they eat.
I found this. It is real ardite.
And how much do I owe you for this?
I see that. And one for you as well?
I have no need of cheese. Not to say anything about you or anything.
You have plenty to share.
They do not come in here with the intent of buying. So I am very broke. No spending money left over for cheese. No,
Well, be safe on the roads.
left over for cheese.
Yes. You as well. Be careful here. We are fairly certain we haven't been followed. We can never be sure.
I am going to escape on
Followed from what? We are just travelers.
Yes.
We are going back through the mountains. Do you advise any specific way to travel through the mountains? Person we have not met before.
through the mountains all the way up to the north.
No, we're going back to Fussel.
Oh, the rangers. We are looking for rangers.
Finding a ranger path. I think there may be one through the hills near the mountains.
We have heard rumors, but nothing.
I do not know it either.
I guess we'll find out. We should get going.
Be well. Peace. Au revoir. You leave.
Polka.
You leave. Shock again? What do you do?
Let's head out of town.
Wait.
Do you want to... any reason to go to the general store? Blacksmith?
I believe so.
Only if you want to.
You know, there is I don't have anything specific.
Every time I go to a store or a blacksmith, we walk in and they say, "What do you want?" And we never have any idea what we want.
We're just
And
here.
it's awkward.
Except for that one time when we went to
Maybe
the guy with the wolves.
Yeah.
we,
Which of course I remember his name.
oh, I don't have any
His name was
memory of that.
Because you weren't with us.
Valthus.
That was Bu's last hurrah.
Oh. All right.
But we made a special trip for that, so.
You begin to make your way out of town, passing again through the gate, and as you turn and look back, Edwin from the tower waves to you, bids you farewell, and you head north. North out of Plebo. You begin to follow the coastline. Your first day, the land is pretty much similar to this area. Windswept, few trees, very rocky.
Oh, I should have said we go back from whence we came.
Whence? You do not go back whence you came,
From whence we came.
but up north. Through your first day, let's roll perception checks.
Ooh, perception checks.
Natural 20. Bringing me up to
28.
24.
23.
Did you get 20? What is your
I have a plus 10 in perception.
Goodness. Oh, you have expertise?
Yeah.
Goodness.
All right, as you trot through the beginnings of hills here, here and the rocky lands, you notice that this area begins to teem more with wildlife. You notice some small streams running in little ponds throughout the landscape as you get further north, where there are ducks in there. You see clouds of bees and butterflies around. Hello, bees. You notice a couple of there's some stands of trees now beginning to rise up to your left and your right. It's not exactly a path, but it's sort of, you can kind of tell that this might be where there is foot traffic from time to time. And you three see running through the little stands of trees there. You spot a couple of wild boar a few times.
You know.
Nothing too remarkable, but that's what you see as you get visually up here.
Food.
Go for it.
Would you like to eat the boar?
I do like pig.
I do not have anything to take boar with. So,
You want to borrow my javelin?
I was thinking I'll just charge it and see if it doesn't run off for the time I can just run it through with sword.
You could do that too if you want.
Rah! And like I'll mock like I know that the boar is gone. Mock like I'm gonna charge at it.
You see one kind of book your way and just run off into the trees.
Maybe the next time I do not yell.
Okay, continuing into the afternoon and evening. Make a survival check. Who's kind of going to be helming this as you go forth on your horses?
I will.
Me.
Okay.
You wanna take it this time?
Yeah,
Obviously, near one.
because I know I remember what the symbol is that we're looking
You
for.
remember what the symbol is. Therefore, you will helm. Please make a survival check with advantage.
Good thing it's advantage because I saw that first roll.
Yeah.
Even if you are being a
Oh, that's not that much better,
Do we all
but
make
it is better.
survival checks or just our?
It is better.
10.
That's kind of a group survival check based on who's helming with advantage. You go
We're all
forth.
for it, but giving Mirwin advantage.
Yeah, you're kind of helping. So, you go on and pass into the evening time, keeping your eyes out as much as you can for trees that might have this rune engraved. You do not find any.
Do you see anything?
No.
I've been keeping eyes out, but I've mostly been doing help of you. Mostly been help of Mirwin. Mirwin's
Okay.
left hand.
It's about nightfall,
Well, we should find Kapta.
Yeah.
twilight time.
Before we go too far north.
We are moving in direction we need to go, or are we just going north?
You're just going north along the coast, searching for this way that they take. You sense you're going in. I mean, there's not a whole lot of other directions you could go. The hills are up ahead. You see from your perspective here the mountains and the horizon.
Yeah, let's find a spot for to camp.
Okay, next survival check.
Natural 20.
19.
You find a good place.
13.
You find a good place to camp. There is through the path you're on takes you through small wood, and within there is a meadow where remains of like an old fence provide sort of a natural perimeter that you figure would probably be pretty defensible for the night.
I wouldn't be Jar Jar. I'd be Padme.
Oh my gosh. You are a princess. That was like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works, baby.
Are you going to go down here for that?
But
Yes.
Okay. I'll tie your horses off to some of the posts there. Set up a fire and your bedrolls.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
All right, you two, go ahead and take your sleep. Mirwin, you can now remove. I'll say you guys get long rests again, and you can now remove your other level of exhaustion. I should have had you making disadvantage on some of that stuff, but
Oh well.
still.
Too late now.
Go ahead and remove that level. All right, Worth.
she only did one roll, and it would have been 3 otherwise.
Yeah. So,
Still fun.
Worth, make a perception check.
19.
You do hear some rustling and some movement out beyond this perimeter, and you kind of feel a little better that it is there. Your firelight reaches pretty much to the edges of it, not very far beyond, but you hear that there is movement in the trees out there. Hard to tell what it is, but
Well, I have my bow out and I'm ready to.
okay. Are you holding an action or anything?
No,
Okay.
but I'm standing vigilant.
Okay. You keep watch. The time goes by in a few hours. It attacks you, or really seems to notice that you were there.
Okay. I'll wake this one.
Absolutely, you wake to a tapping on your shoulder.
There is small kitty in campfire.
Oh no!
Hello, small kitty. Da, Vareth, what is?
It's your turn.
Da.
I did hear some rustling out there. Could have been anything. Could have been someone farting.
I will keep the check.
Okay. So Warth heads to bed. You lay on your bedroll and go to sleep. And Absolute, you begin your watch. Make a perception check.
Woo! 23.
You see that, yeah, you also notice movement. You don't feel like you're on the verge of imminent danger, but you do notice that up in the trees above you, there are some glowing, almost fey-like spectral lights that you recognize as. Make a nature check.
They are Phaedra.
Natural 20. Is that 3 for tonight?
There are 3 small, what you know to be fey dragons up there.
They're still following us.
You don't know why they're there, but they're there. You figure there's a natural fauna.
You're so pretty. Come, you 3. I'll like break a piece of something.
You take some hardtack bread from your rations pouch.
Cast it out.
They take notice, and one of them darts down, kind of one by itself to see like anything's safe. Comes down. You see the colorful wings lit up in the night. It's on your arm.
Does this suit a Durgan? Or is not? You're a
Tears it up. And the other two, kind of sensing that is all is well down here, also flutter down and land near you,
Ravenous beasts, you
waiting to be
3.
fed.
No. They'll hear. Help me be vigilant now, and you can have this whole loaf of bread, you 3.
I'll feed them until they can't fly.
Ravenously take of your food. But they still flutter off up to the trees,
Vicious beasts.
about the same spot where they left after you're done with them.
Terrors of the night. Truly, the nightmares that stalk.
And the rest of your watch passes without incident. So, only a couple of hours left before the dawn at this point. We like Miron? Miron, you hear a voice waking you. It appears part of your dreams for a second, but then you will be, well, your eyes open. You hear what is definitely Absolute's voice.
There, 3.
What's in the tree?
There are little fey creatures. 3 of them.
You see 3 small fey dragons up there.
Do I recognize them?
Yeah, you would.
You would recognize.
You would figure that they are the 3 that have been following you for some time.
They're still following us.
You would recognize some horse beasts like this.
How long
They are
have they been
still.
following us?
They are still following you? What does that mean?
They've been following us.
It's the Isle of Giants.
Yes, it's the Isle of Giants.
You found them on the Isle of Giants.
Because you fed them. And then they just would never leave.
Does that mean that they're technically...
You rolled a nat 20 on your nature check. Yeah, you know a little bit about fey dragons. That you would get them sometimes up near the monastery, or up near the hall. And they sometimes can bond very intensely over over food or some other sort of experience with a person or group of people. Sometimes known to the species sometimes don't migrate, but they can live in a variety of different biomes and places. So they often migrate long distances.
How do I avoid the war? Didn't follow view for that reason. Habituated. No, that is word. He's not habituated. Dominate. No, not domiciled. What is what I am looking for? When animals become reliant on
You're thinking of domesticated?
Domesticated.
that is
You're asleep.
Or if you're asleep.
Unless
Well,
you
she's-
just wake up.
Are you even saying this out loud, or are you just thinking to yourself?
It started as Ian not knowing that word, but then I was like, it would be cute if Absolute was like, how do you say word in common?
At first I thought you were trying to say imprinted on us.
Hmm?
At first I thought you were trying to say they imprinted on
Well,
us.
imprinted. That would be part of the domestication process.
Musketation.
Domestication. What was the thing? Oh yeah, I watched on YouTube a video on how cats were domesticated. That. So you have
Scholar
domesticated.
Utu.
You have domesticated three little fake creatures
Apparently so.
of Durgan.
We have tamed them, not domesticated. It's a
Worth
different
stops talking in her sleep.
Yeah, you hear Worth mutter a couple of things in his sleep, irrelevant to your conversation.
thing. Jeez.
You.
Ew.
Scarlet.
Stop kissing me so much. I can only be kissed so much, baby.
Not in front of the Maryland beer. No.
Oh no!
It's canon. It's canon. It's
Oh,
canon. It's canon.
Oh.
It's canon. Worth has sex dreams and feels.
Yeah, nightmares.
Sex
boy.
nightmares is a heck of a phrase. Alright. So you guys
Viva Los Get Off.
you finish telling Mirwin about the Fey Dragons.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sleep.
Head to sleep. Mirwin, you take your watch, make a perception check.
Zoop. That's the credit card slide. Zoop.
16.
Okay. You notice about an hour into your shift, there is some rustling, and just at the edge of the firelight, poking its head out of the forest,
Fey dragons.
poking its head out of the forest, just coming right up to the perimeter of the fence. There's this immense, looks like a huge moose. This massive, these massive antlers. It would make a nature initiative check.
Nature check.
Dire moose.
Dire fungal skunk moose.
Fungal.
12.
It's
Dire
not
fungal.
too hard. It's a stag moose. Huge, native to regions like this, hill areas, forests, which is a real creature that is extinct.
Stag moose? Yeah.
And it just pokes its head into the edge of your firelight, taking notice of you and your companions sleeping, just interested. And it stays there for about 10 minutes, just looking at you.
I sit very still. So he will not attack us.
Eventually losing interest, he turns, heads back off into the forest. And that's basically all that happens for the rest of your shift. So the dawn breaks. You two wake up, all get long rests. What do you do? Wake up!
Wake up, little Susie.
Pack up our stuff.
You break camp, saddle up the horses. Does Feinstein have a time limit? Doesn't, does it?
It's until I
It's
dismiss.
until you dismiss it. Okay, yeah, I was just.
It's until I dismiss.
I think you're right about that. So you mount up. Head back off,
Do it again.
continuing north. And on through the morning you ride.
This was bad.
Can I look around for that
What was the
symbol?
bad- Are you getting sick from?
Make a survival
No,
check.
I just been bringing the chair.
You all three ride, make a survival check with advantage.
Yeah.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh.
22.
Sexiness.
So most of the way through your day, you find that symbol carved in the tree.
very clearly. Just along the side of is what's a sort of path between two stands of trees. As you're going northward, the natural beauty is stunning, becoming less rocky and more verdant green as the landscape rises into gentle hills. There are small, peaceful woods of fir and cedar and hemlock trees. Flowers are plentiful. Flowers are plentiful in this land. You see a lot of poppy meadows and scattered allium. There are some features from the fungal forest as well that have made their way up to here, like clinging to boulders. You'll see the occasional tall mushroom or a colorful fungal shelf jutting from a tree. It's less sinister here. There are small streams and little glens carved into the land running down from the mountains where the water is clear and you see small schools of small fishes running down through them. And it is late afternoon and you notice that symbol.
Can I tell if there's a distinct path going off that way?
He started it.
If you go in, if you go on in there and up to it, make an investigation check.
I hunger. I am sister.
13.
It seems like you kind of look at the tree and where it's placed in relation to where you were going, and this sort of path between those two small woods. It seems like that might be the path north. But you remember that they said that this symbol indicated a safe place to rest.
Time of day is it?
Late afternoon. So
I
you
pointed
figure
at-
that nearby, if you were to investigate a little bit, you could probably easily find whatever this tree denotes.
I pointed out to these two.
But
I found that symbol.
it's like scavenger hunt. You just look for a tree and then it is, and there it is.
Oh.
I look for the thing that it denotes.
Gonna make a survival check.
You think it means anything to you in Thieves' Cant, or is it just a rune?
That was a 4.
You kind of get a little bit turned around. You're like, well, oh, that's the tree again. That's the same tree.
And then I think, does this mean anything to me in Thieves' Cant? And
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay.
Any of you know Druidic?
Nope.
Druidia.
So Morris comes back and he's like, he doesn't know.
Hey, how'd you guys get here? Thought you guys were over by the tree.
No, they watched you do this. And then you're looking at us again.
Tinkerbell, do you know what we should do?
You guys are down from the horses at this point. I'll kind of gather around the tree. What do you do?
It means we are on path, nah? And we can probably head straight to Varsan and find more of these. This is path, nah? Then we are on the way.
Yeah.
Can I look around again?
I mean, if you want to spend some more time, it's getting on late evening now.
Well, that's good, I guess.
So you're not looking for a place to stay anymore? Or are you going through the night? Or what are you doing?
Oh. We should look for a place to
Is it?
That's kind of what
I
you
thought-
already failed at doing, was
I
trying to
thought it
find
was
a place.
afternoon still.
So, okay, so
Go
it's
on.
early evening.
Okay.
You've got time before.
An article walk,
Alright,
right?
make a survival check. You've got some time before.
17.
Yeah, you can find it easily. So a little while past this tree with this symbol,
You cannot be trusted. I will look with my own eyes. Here it is.
you find descending a small glen between two hills. There's natural cover here and a thick carpet of strange blue flowers.
Oh,
You make a nature check if you like.
this will be wonderful to sleep on.
Okay.
That guy caught up on a magnet. Natural 20.
You're rolling natural 20s like I rolled natural 1s.
I know. And I'm wasting them on flowers, man. These could be crit attacks, and I'm putting them on the flowers.
These are
I ate these flowers before, and they're
these are
very good, aren't
these
they?
are hill indigos.
Hildegoon.
Beasts and other creatures like that, monstrous creatures, avoid them like the plague. Maybe it's the scent or something about it, but then you know that they do not come near.
With
this
a
one.
natural 20, would I know that they're like poisonous or something like that?
Yeah, they're poisonous, virulently. So they don't even come near the area where they are.
Are they poisonous to us?
No, just a lot of beasts.
Do not chew on.
I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but
We had cow at home, and it one time grazed upon these, and then it became so sick that it turned inside out. So we will not.
Delicious tea or poison? I forget what it was.
Delicious tea or terrible poison? Only one way to find out.
It was poison.
all right. So you can see why this was obviously why this was pointed out by the rangers. It seems like this is a place they use often on their way to and from the hills and Thurl.
These flowers stinky.
So I make camp,
All right.
and I give Tinkerbell lots of scratches and loves.
Don't let her eat the flowers.
Don't eat these flowers. I give her a carrot.
They like the horses don't seem like they're too scared of them, but they definitely don't.
Okay.
These flowers stink.
The mist will keep them.
So you get the saddlebags down, make a fire, create camp,
Constipated.
make camp, and bed down for the night. Do you set watches?
Always.
Who's taking first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Nero, and you two go to bed absolutely more, and please make a perception check.
Meditate on my helm.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
Yeah, tonight's the night.
Make an arcana check.
Tonight's-
26.
Sure. You got a lot of numbers there.
9.
9.
9.
9.
You get the sense that stag moose has followed you. It's not near. It seems like it's avoiding the little glen, but you hear rustling sounds that are similar to with footsteps that are similar in cadence and thumping with the stag moose.
Mooses are
So
scary.
maybe it's following you through the landscape, kind of interested in your presence.
Mooses are big and scary.
And
They're
thus,
huge.
other than that, your watch goes by. Uneventfully. You wake up.
North.
You're on taps you.
Who is it? Who do I need to kill? What?
Nobody.
He is overcompensating from his view dreams last night with who do I need to kill tonight.
Nonsense. Nothing of the sort.
He knew that
Is it you?
he knew that we heard him.
Alright, Mirwin goes to sleep. And you make a perception check for your watch.
We're gonna have a pet moose pretty soon.
28.
Wow.
You seem you're in no danger. There are some birds that fly overhead, but other than that,
Do I see the Fey dragons?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
I reach out for them to come down.
They do not come down.
Fine, I pull out some food. And I put it on my hand.
Response.
I put it on the ground and...
Extra no response. You sense they're definitely avoiding this area.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you had slighted them.
And so did I.
Nope, they just they don't want to get anywhere near these flowers.
Okay then.
Avoiding it like most
Take
species.
the bits of little bits of like a ration. Throw it up in the air. Up straight up high.
want to make you make a check for this.
You can make a ranged attack. Dex.
Or
Yeah, make a dex roll and add your perception, or add your proficiency bonus.
$16.
Yeah, you get a small hard chunk. Throw it as hard and high as you can. And one of them swoops fast from the tree and snatches up the morsel, brings it back to his companions. And you hear the joyful cries as they.
They sound like
shout out.
peacocks.
As they return to the branch and tear into their food.
I'm satisfied.
Alright, so the rest of your watch goes by. You make Absolute.
Yo, Abby.
What do you want, body?
Well, it's Zabby, if you must know. But
Zabi, what is from...
my name is Zepworth.
Oh, we have just been calling you by your name this whole time.
Well,
Zabvoreth. I'm assuming that there is not like first name, last name. First name is Zab.
no, my name
Second
is.
name is
First name is
Vorth.
Zepworth.
Da. Zach Bedazzled. Zach Bedazzled Voreth.
If you must know, my name is Zepworth Welsianadonan.
Do that.
Unless I had it backwards. Well, I think Welsianadonan.
Nope, it's Welsh, you know.
Okay, thank you.
I know your name.
Do I recognize that name?
Ooh, this is gonna be a high DC
Have you
history
mentioned
check.
it before?
Natural 3.
No, you've never heard anything like this. No idea who he is. Am I supposed to know that name?
You asked what my full name was.
It's a fancy name. Well, fancy
Fancy
name.
man of Cornwood.
Well, Zebby. Have a good night's sleep.
I regret that already.
More or less lays down.
Zebby, Coco Pop.
Light it up and
Goes
take
to
a puff.
sleep as you begin your watch. Make a perception check.
20.
22. Very nice. You two get the sense that. Did she tell you about the stag moose? Or just the Fago? Wait, did you tell her about the stag moose?
We really didn't no.
No. Well, you hear there is some plodding footsteps around like the border, up where from where you sit. You see the rise of the glen, and for a minute you see a shadowed figure kind of peer over this huge creature. You can see antlers. It kind of peers down.
Come at me, Vicar Beast. I am here waiting for you.
Come at me, bro.
It takes an interest in you. Just kind of observes you three lying there on your horses.
Do I see that it's obviously a stag moose or
What was your roll?
20?
Yeah, it's a stag moose. You guys get these up in Caswin. You know, they're generally peaceful creatures and less provoked.
If I just saw like shadows, I'd be a little bit more.
But from where you are and from the starlight and moonlight available, you can see it.
You have nail polish on?
I do. Got it on my toe too. Petya!
But
It looked all glittery from over here.
It is. It's Rockstar Pink.
Ooh.
Because I was at Dylan's and they had Rockstar Pink, and I was like, sure.
Sebastian, the one who paints his nails to match his hair.
Of course he does.
I paint my nails to match my personality.
Rockstar Pink.
you are Rockstar Pink.
Yeah, there we go.
The rest of your watch passes. The moose leaves after a couple of minutes of observing you. And the new day begins to dawn. And you all awaken. In wrists.
There was what I thought was Vicar Beast, but it was just big stag moose.
I think I heard him too. I saw him the night before.
Oh.
I think I heard him.
could have warned. You could have warned me. For a second, I had cold sweat over finger stalks in night, but was just big news. It's fine.
I would say that I forgot, but I don't forget things. So. I just thought it wasn't important.
Very uncharacteristic of you. You're the one who remembers all.
Alright, so you all wake. Break camp. Saddle the horses up. You mount up and head back on north. Back to that path between those two woods. And you kind of get the, you can kind of tell that this is a place, a path that's a little bit more worn as you go on northward a little bit. It definitely gets foot traffic. So it's a little easier to tell where you're going. So you head on through the morning and to about noon. You pass through a larger patch of wood, and just after you get to the other side of this this wooded area, you enter a small clearing, and you see
Uh-oh. Stag goose.
you see a small creature and two larger creatures. I need to draw a map.
Wait. We should not sit there as you do that. Oh, you're going up there way.
Oh yeah, I gotta draw a map.
He's drawing them up.
Are they skunk badgers?
Nope.
Non-fungal skunk
Definitely
badgers?
not.
Let's get our little people.
Alright, so
Who knew?
wooded area.
You should use the green one.
Oh yeah, I should. Get green marker. Toss me a green marker.
There's two of them. There's that one. Has two greens, and well, that's more of a blue green.
This is the tree line.
For your artistic endeavors.
Yes.
Did you ever say what color the Fey Dragons were?
Yeah, they've got darkish skin
fancy.
generally, but the wings the wings light up at night, basically glow.
'Cause in my head, I've always imagined them one being red, one being blue, and one being green.
I've
That
always
can go too. That goes too.
imagined them looking like those little tiny dragons on How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah, those ones.
And then the pictures I looked up just a minute ago look more like a dragon body with a
I have a reference.
butterfly.
I have a reference picture. All right, you see
Dragon.
two.
Cure of cold.
These have been the most useful things.
Quite sexy. Good job, Carrie.
Good job,
What
Katie.
a bad cat owner I am.
No,
Did you guys know that I'm the most miserable cat owner?
no, you.
Why?
Because she's hungry. She was hungry.
You pass the tree line. You see one smaller creature. Let me give me a token, white one.
The token.
I guess. I only need one token actually.
Every show only needs one token.
Just a little, a little bit past
You're right.
over here.
I'm only half token too.
You see a
Here's
small.
two tokens cut in half and glued together.
You see you.
Approve that.
You see a small draconid
You're a ginger token and a black token.
What's
with
that?
two strange plant-like forms
Ooh.
that seem to be approaching it with hostile intent.
Oh.
Definitely appears the small draconid definitely appears to be injured. You have just a minute to make nature checks if you like.
I do that.
It doesn't. They don't see you as you're passing the tree line.
11.
Okay.
Yeah, 10.
8. I'm stupid.
Jeez, you guys suck at this. They're large strange plant-like creatures, and that's some kind of draconid. It's hard to tell from right here what it is.
Baby
Is it a
dragon.
dragonborn?
Nope, those aren't real.
Yeah.
In this, yes. What do you do?
Wings, 4 feet, 2 feet.
2 wings, 4 feet. It's one of its wings. You see blood. A wing and one of its legs appear to be injured. It is having trouble moving. Can't fly.
So that's not a drake. That would be a.
Let's see if we can't.
That'd be close to dragon.
These two things are moving up upon it. One of them is just about to reach toward it with a strange vine tendril, which
Let's
you
see
see
if we can
is
scare them away.
Sure.
I want to charge on the on my horse and use thaumaturgy to make a super scary sound.
Yeah, it's, they don't see you.
Ew.
At this point, but you go ahead. You run up. What do you make sound?
Do we get like surprise round then?
Yes, basically. Marth is using it to cast thaumaturgy.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it to run up and hit the thing with
Right. So you three charge out of the forest. You make the sound of.
Don't attack this one.
Yeah, you make the sound of this kind of sound of a scream, and make an intimidation check. You get its attention for a second and seem to delay it from grabbing this little dragon. But it doesn't really phase it very much.
What did I?
Which one did I? No more.
Which one?
No, I was asking which one did I make
I don't know.
stop, or which one was about to grab it?
Oh, the closer one would be the one
on my right.
Yes, on your right. So you rush out of the forest. Absolith and Mirwin each run to take a different one, and Warth up in the middle. And now, upon observing the threat, they start to turn. Go ahead and make your attack rolls, and then we'll roll initiative.
Oh, the next time. So I want to, as we're running up, pull the sword from its sheath, scrape it across the piece of Comet Fell, igniting it using Searing Smite, and then I want to do 2 attacks. The first one was a 22. The second one is a natural 19, which would put it at 26.
Both hit.
Yeah. So, Nezrin look. 1d6 damage. I'm doing it two-handed.
Okay.
Both of these attacks, two-handed. The first attack is 8 points of damage. 3 of those being fire. And then the second attack is 6 points of damage. And then for Searing Smite, I need it to make a Constitution save of 17.
That's an 18.
Okay. Yep. So it is not lit on fire.
Okay, so you get this flame run down the blade and take 2 straight hacking strikes. You carve off some mushrooms and a part of one of its vines that was hanging off its back, kind of as an appendage. You just cleave it off, and you hear this as it kind of turns and sees you. It's an immediate threat. It begins to face you. Did you see on the Discord? I sent the thing.
Oh, nasty. Oh, nasty.
Yeah, you see it's
Nasty.
It's got this maw with these bone-like protrusions that would serve as teeth. They're just big, nasty, jagged things.
There's a person in it.
Vines and mushrooms. And Mirwin, take your attack as well. Your attack's against the other one.
Is there a person in
The
it
first
for
one was a 17.
17 hits.
And the second one's a 21.
Also hits.
So 13 points of damage for the first one. And 6 points for the second one.
Alright. You will bury your axe in one of its part of its wood-like flesh, pull it out, and with it comes the sap-like ichor. You go back for a second, strike, and hack off another one of those fine limbs that it has. Roll initiative.
What the heck does that mean?
My H drive blue screen my computer for about an hour and a half. And I haven't taken my time.
Ooh, I finally rolled good on initiative.
Me too.
Alright, 25 to 20.
Yeah, 23.
Goodness, you guys.
21.
Okay, Laura. 21.
Dang it, I kind of did one time I didn't want to go first.
Mm-hmm. 2015.
19.
All right, so after rushing and surprising these things, and getting a few good hacks off, Lorth, it's your turn. You start.
Okay, it's not in my thingamagoo yet, but I want to use the
Burning hands.
burning hands.
All right.
Ooh.
Be mindful of the cone.
Yeah, but it's only like, how wide is it at the base of the
So
bottom?
I bought.
Oh
I
yeah.
was really hoping that it would get here
Oh,
today.
that thing.
I bought. It's a single sheet that has cone, radius, and squares on it of varying sizes.
Oh, that's hot.
It's gonna be here tomorrow.
Oh, well,
It would have been here today if it wasn't for the July.
Oh, friggin' America. Gonna ruin everything. All right. And go ahead and move the dragonite the little dragon, if you would, 10 feet away.
There.
Yeah, technically he's very injured, so he'd only have 5 feet of movement at this point. Yeah, just 5 feet then. But with dash 10 feet.
Yeah.
All right, that one turns to face you, Abs, and the other one turns to face you, Mirwan.
Man, the flavor text on this is amazing. As you hold your hands with thumbs touching and fingers spread, a thin sheet of flame shoots forth from your outstretched fingertips. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so I'm at the point of the cone, right? Not the base of the cone.
Yeah, you are the point. It's
It's like this.
Okay.
It's 15 feet out, and I don't know how you calculate 15.
calculate coon. So it would be 5, 10, 15.
Oh, here's some good.
Is there one with hexes? Oh, that's nice. It does show all the squares in here.
Mm.
So it looks like it's you, 1 square out, and then 2 squares adjacent. So it'd be 1. It would be like this, but for 15 foot. So yeah, it's 15 foot away from you. 5, 10, 15, and then it's like this.
So I can hit both of them technically, or not?
They're bigger creatures.
They
It's
are
up to
large
GM
creatures.
moving.
So they're large creatures. So I would say technically that occupies that, and this does occupy this space here. Yeah, you can. If you aim it right, you can hit them both.
Okay.
You can maneuver a little.
Yeah, and you can. Yeah, you could probably. Step up and then just.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. You cast fire. Is it a Spell attack?
Thing yet. Yeah.
Spell just a spell attack roll.
Okay, so how do I just do a spell attack? It's not.
Well, I mean, if you click. Oh, you don't.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
fine.
I didn't put burning hands on there yet.
Oh, interesting. So if it's 15. It's like an equilateral
Oh,
triangle.
so it's 15. 15.
Yeah, it is. It is
Okay,
15 foot out and 15 foot wide.
They must make a dexterity saving throw.
5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15.
They are not
which would be at
dexterous.
+10.
Good.
What's your spell save? DC 15, I believe, from here. The first one rolls a 5. No, that does not save. The second one, that's a 12. Doesn't save either. All right, both of them take 3d6 fire damage.
Ooh.
So the first one, that's 14 damage. Do I roll that twice or just do 14 each?
You roll a different damage for each.
There's some people will do one for everybody, and some people will roll two separate for each.
The other one was 12.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble.
All right, so you stretch out with this new powered essence, aligning your mind to what scroll showed you, and just blasts with this blast of fire. You see searing and singeing off parts of each of these, blackening its wood husk exterior and biting into its flesh a little bit. Is that your turn? Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, no. I guess I'm not right up next to him. No, I'll stay there.
Okay. The first shambling mound will attack. Absolth. They want to engage with you.
Bring it.
What did you call it?
Shambling mound.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
This is actually a monster manual monster. I modified it just a little bit, but it's a classic D&D monster actually. All right, it's going to take
He beat my.
2 attacks at Absolth. First one, 11. Second one, jeez, 10.
Yeah.
Nope.
Miss.
This one flails at you with 2 different vines, and with your sword, you kind of swing up and hack off part of the first one, and just the second one just hits your armor, and you shut it back down off.
Get off me, demon.
And that's all that it. That's all it can do. So, Bruce. That's a seal slam. Okay. Yep, that's it. You're on your turn.
I am going to rage.
Yeah.
Angry goes the dwarf.
And swing my axe at this one.
Yep.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Mm, 9 points of damage. And then a 24 to
Hit.
hit. And 11 points of damage.
You come back with the same chopping power, just taking brutal hack after hack, and you can even see some wood chips flying as you just brutally, mercilessly hack the way into this thing's wood flesh. And it's absolute. Your turn, buddy.
It's a hit. Good hit. I will. It's my action to do that. Did fire seem to do anything more? Anything extra?
Not extra.
Even though Warwick is so extra.
You know you are.
This is a range spell attack.
Actually, good in the meta for a second. Shambling mounds are supposed to be immune to fire. I removed that because,
They're plants. It doesn't make sense.
yeah, I nerfed that.
Oh,
I don't know why.
It's
Or
up to you.
was it resistant? No, yeah, they're supposed to be resistant to fire, which I don't think made sense. So I just nerfed that aspect of it.
You can do
Good
whatever
idea.
you
I
want.
can't.
That makes more sense.
Okay.
That was a unicorn.
I am going to.
Exists here now.
What?
Said it was a unicorn, but except unicorns exist here, so it's not
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, but it's a ranged spell attack. I should just engage this thing here. Okay. Instead, I am going to bless you all.
You get a D4. You get a D4.
Thanks, Oprah. Is that one Rockstar Pink?
Is gothy Rockstar Pink because it has elements of black in it.
Black.
And then with my bonus action,
Gothy.
I'm going to sit on my thumb because I don't think I can do anything else.
my.
Bonus action, I gain the following benefits for 10 minutes. So I might... Nope, I'm not going to do any of that. It's fine. So I'm just going to...
You good there, buddy?
Yeah. Trying to spin my dice, but just
Yep, that's it.
boofed it.
Boofed it.
That's Ab's turn. It is the second round. It's going to take its other tendrils and flail back at you, Merlin.
Yeah.
First is a 17.
Yes.
That's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage. That slaps across your body and you feel so reduced to 6 because you're raging. Its second attack. 23.
Oh, yes.
Goodness.
So as soon as the first one is just finished battering you in the side, the second one comes around and you feel this extended extra vine and it wraps around you, pulling you tight. You are grappled, and as both attacks hit, with the second one you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced down to 7. But as this thing begins to wrap you in, you feel like the rest of its body begin to open up and it engulfs you. You are blinded, restrained, unable to breathe.
Oh.
And you need to con save at the beginning of each of your turns, and you can make an escape save after that at the let's see, escape save as well. But for now, you are pulled into its form. Your eyes are covered. You struggle to breathe, but your mouth and nose are completely covered.
Well, that's just lovely.
That's its turn. Back up top, it's Worth.
I will. So is it engaged with Mirwin?
Not to the point where you would get advantage because it
Okay.
ate her.
I guess I'll just shoot it with my crossbow. So I don't want to get too close. I don't want to eat it too.
Okay.
Rude.
27.
27 hits.
Good. Hit it.
11.
11 damage. This is at the one that's near with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mirwin.
Don't hit me.
Good. My things that engulf other people can sometimes carry the damage over.
It's not in the text of this one, so I'm going to say you're okay now. So you launch your crossbow toward in the general direction of its maw, and it actually pierces straight through one of the like sort of fluid-filled sac, and just
Nice.
bursts
Gross.
this thick
That's what I like.
sap-like ichor dripping down onto the ground.
Is it enough to free Mirman?
No, that's not how it works on this
Yeah,
creature,
I didn't
unfortunately.
think so.
Figures.
Worth a shot, though.
Alright, is that everything for you?
Yeah.
Right, it's the first one, it's Absolith, the one attacking you. It's going to. It is going to. It is going to leave you behind, sensing this to be a bigger threat. Right, I mean,
Attack of opportunity.
yes. Even though it's large and moving over here, you'll still get an attack.
Over 20. It's going to be 20.
That's it.
24. One-handed at this point, so... Oh, I was using the wrong damage die earlier. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I was using D8s when I was saying that I was going to be using it dual-handed. Dual D10s. I dismounted my horse and got the shield on, so it's 8 points of damage. But I don't have to disengage with it now.
Okay. So it's seeing as Worth is was in a free position, just going to be pelting its companion there. It goes off and attacks Worth. Yes. It will take 2 attacks at Worth.
Of course it will.
16.
It's a melee attack, right?
Correct.
Then I shall use my feet thing to.
That's a duelist.
Yes.
So you bump your AC to 19. It lashes out with this like whip-like limb at you, this vine, and you just get you get Invictus up and just cleave off the end of it and send it whirling over and get back out of
I
it.
think it increases my AC to 20 actually.
Oh, does it really?
4 points.
Oh, nice.
Good.
That's
Yes.
wow.
So, no effect. Second attack.
And I can't do that again.
This turn.
22.
It hits.
Okay.
But I think it's both attacks have to hit for the engulf ability.
You got
So
it.
Cool. Well, at least I'm
So
not-
it won't pull you in and eat you, but you will take
it's like 1 tendril, 2 tendril.
you will take 9 points
Red
of bludgeoning
tendril,
damage.
blue tendril.
Well, they all got me.
From the first one out of the way, the second one you feel this whip-like slap right just across your face and chest.
Like this!
Just almost, it definitely feels just as painful as just someone whipping you with this whip high speed.
Whiplash with my whipped tail.
It's Mirwin.
And the beast was.
What am I supposed to do? Roll
You need to first make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm trying to get over to you. I'm sorry, you don't have +5 on this save. You do, however, have a D4.
You're blessed now. You're a D4. So
12.
no, doesn't save. So you take. Oh, nice. You take 29 points of bludgeoning damage, whatever half of that is.
15? 14?
14 points of bludgeoning damage as it just squeezes you. You feel your joints crack, and you feel like your bones are just about to splinter. If it keeps up much longer. Now, you can make an escape save.
How do I do that?
It is it's a strength check.
Ooh, she's good at those.
And I have advantage. Is that just the strength thingy at the top, this one?
Yes, it is. Straight strength check.
How much damage you took? 14.
Well, the first one was 22. Let me see if I roll better the second time.
You don't have advantage on it.
Well, while raging. You have
Oh,
advantage?
yeah, of course. Wait, yeah, you have
It's
advantage.
22's the better one anyways.
Does Rage do that? And I didn't know about it until now.
You
Yeah,
got
you
advantage
got-
on strength.
22. 26! 26.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
26.
All right, so you summon your inner courage, get like one hand on the back of your axe, and just you push it until the blade cleaves through the rest of this thing's flesh, opens a hole big enough for you to push yourself out of, and back out onto the ground you are.
Yeah, I have get advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
That's awesome. Okay, so you have escaped from the interior of the mound, but you now see yourself. Many parts of your armor and your clothing are covered with this disgusting black goop. When it touches your skin,
Disgusting black goop.
when it touches your skin, it feels like it stings and itches at the same time.
When you are covered in disgusting black goop.
I know.
Dexter.
Oh no.
And that's your action to escape it. You can use your bonus action to do anything or your movement.
You can frenzy.
I could frenzy.
Indeed.
I'm going to do that because it has made me very, very angry.
Okay, yeah, extra anger at
This is what
the
you get for angry.
absolute pain. You
Angry.
still feel just in your bones and
By your desire to numb me, you
Enormous.
have made me angry.
That's your one. It's absolute.
Flashbacks from a toad.
Drop.
Toad.
Yeah, you get eaten by everything.
It's because I'm so small.
15,
What else tried to
20,
eat her?
25, 30.
Were you leaving its range completely?
I was staying out of its range because it disengaged from me.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So I just stayed out of it, and now I'm going to wiggle my way up in between these two fools, so that I am here giving both of these guys Aura of Protection and Arrow of Alacrity. You guys have +5 on your saves. You are blessed, and I am going to attack the one that put disgusting black goo.
You guys see Absolute now charge up, positioning herself between you two guys, and you feel this aura of Fey energy suffuse you as she puts herself between you guys and between the two shambling mounds. Can you move the dragon 10 more feet away as well? As he
It's not away, little dragon.
just limps
Little
off.
dragon.
What should we name the dragon? What's its name?
Puff the magic dragon was about to get eaten by two shambling mounds.
They were fighting a dragon.
23.
Hit.
Natural 20!
Oh!
Smite!
Smooth!
Smite on the second one.
Alright.
First one is
Which mound are you attacking?
this
The
one.
one that ate
One
me.
that you, okay, got it. Just so I don't make
So the first damage, the first strike is 9 points of damage.
Okay.
The second one, oh, that's not so good. But I'm about to do a level. I'm about to do smite, real bad. I just gotta remember how to do smite. The paladins are way more complex than monks, you guys.
They extremely are.
Sounds like it. Because with View, all you had to do was hit things.
I will go up and I punch him a bunch of times. Who needs a
Three.
when you have punch?
3d8. Since I'm doing a level 2 smite, I'm doing 3d8 worth of double the damage.
Radiant damage?
Radiant.
Okay. Roll them big dice.
Hold on, I've got to grind everything to a complete halt while I search for 3d8. 12, 8 and 2. 12, 8 and 4. So that would be, hold on. That would be
24.
24.
12 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2.
24 total.
26.
26.
26 on this crit. On shambling.
All right,
damage.
you do a huge amount of damage to this thing. So you come up, charging with your bright sword, and you get up there and you hack straight into its maw, and you like carve off what would be part of its lower jaw, and these two like protrusions come out as you, and its bright light flashes, and you see there's it's like its jaw half fall open and hang open like that.
Gross.
The energy from the piece of helmet fell just like amplifying.
This streak of bright radiant energy through the sky. That's huge amount of damage.
Be back, demon! You shall not attack us this day, beast.
All right, is the second one now?
Run.
It is that one is going to strike back at Absolith. Launching out with two of its tendrils. That first one is a natural 20.
Oh. Tit for tat.
It's gonna roll.
Tit for tat.
That is 20 points of bludgeoning damage. And second attack. So this one comes back with this. You're just like recovering on the sword blow when it in the back of the head you feel this hard clump. The second is a 19.
Yeah, it's my AC.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are engulfed. So this with the second strike, it comes around your leg. You are flipped upside down, and it pulls you and just absorbs you into its body. Your eyes go dark. You struggle to pull breath in, but your entire head is covered. You're blinded, restrained, unable to breathe.
Unable to bleed.
And that is its turn. Up top initiative, Worth.
I guess I will stab at the one that's eating Absolute.
Okay.
And Mirwin's engaged with it, right? So
Your engaged with it. Correct.
Sneaketh.
You may get sneak, yes. And advantage. So,
Yeah.
And your D4.
and you fool. You guys have not missed a single attack against this thing. It doesn't have high AC, but you guys are rolling really well.
So that's 25.
Hit.
Roll your
I
D4.
will. That one's a 27.
Roll your D4, god dang it!
27. 30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay then. It's 9 damage from that.
first level spell slot on you. You're gonna roll that D4.
This is what I get in return.
Plus 13.
Oh, fuck. How much was that total?
I don't know. What's 9 plus 13?
22.
22.
Okay.
Smart person. This thing has taken 88 points of damage so far.
Kind of disappointed on that sneak attack
How
damage.
much does the other one take?
They were all 2s and 3s.
Alright, is that your turn when you do anything else?
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
This
I
one's the one.
I mean, you
that's
can
got
always
the
dash to the battlefield.
yeah.
You can-
I will dash away.
You
have-
you can disengage
You
anytime
have
you want.
Arrow of Alacrity, so you have 10 additional
Ooh.
feet to your
5, 10, 15, 20.
I will go there. I don't know.
Always remember that you can disengage to keep stuff like that one from hitting you. Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Alright, so it is the turn of the one that you just moved away from. So
Oh. Can I hide? No, because disengage is my bonus.
Yeah, no, you
So
can't right not
Never
this
mind.
turn.
It came back with me.
No, I got a little bit of trail. I should only have black beans.
Alright, so you sneak up,
Black beans are best beans.
you sneak up and
You're little black bean.
you heave and you put the entire length
I'm listening.
you sneak and put the entire length of Invictus into this thing's body and then flinging a spray of its blood as you pull it back out.
Oh, black goo. Goo. you.
It is going to turn. And 5, 10. This thing needs to move 10 feet more. 20. It only has 20 feet of movement, so it is going to
That's
use
not
it
too bad.
to pursue the little dragon.
Oh
Who
no.
now limps away and it turns back and goes.
Oh, I guess I could heal that thing to help it take flight, but it's a little bit far away. I could still
Plus,
make it.
you are
That's its turn. You're on.
swallowed.
By the time I get out, it'll be off the map and out of my range, so I would have to go 2
I'm
turns.
gonna swing my axe without hitting Absolute, hopefully.
Thank you. You can hit my shield.
It's unlikely that you would. Though possible.
Does a 27 hit?
Yes.
On your first attack.
Yeah, on the first attack. And 11 points of damage.
99 points of damage so
Okay.
far.
Does a 29 hit?
Yes.
Mm, 10 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yay!
109.
I'm going to, I don't know, just try to take off its head. Bury my axe in its neck.
Okay. So this one it already was very damaged from Absolute's attacks.
You're gonna like.
So you rear with your axe, chop that part the rest of the way off, and just this ichor pours out. And with your second strike, it like burrows down just a little bit under the pain, and straight through you cleave off the rest of its head.
That was like the top knot in like a bun, and so all the vines just kind of like and fall off of Absolute.
I was thinking
It
like
falls, and all of its loosens as if all of its muscles suddenly relax at once. And Absolute, you fall out onto the ground,
Oh, I got burnt. Okay.
cover into this in this disgusting black liquid.
What's the movie with the people and the guy?
But it is dead.
Good.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh. And it is you're still in initiative though. Anyone that what are you gonna do?
I still have one more
You can
attack.
remove that if you like, please.
You have Aura of Alacrity. You can get to this because you'll have 10 more additional feet of movement.
I'm going to do that.
Dart around me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
And you can use your bonus action to make that third attack because you're friendly.
You leave that little dragon alone.
Who's the little dragon? Who's the little dragon?
Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Carrie, you're adorable.
15 points of damage.
Nice.
Alright, very good. So that's your turn. So you, after demolishing this first one, straight off, push past Absolute, and take your axe and with the third one, just this one that's pursuing the baby dragon, you bury it into its back and try to pull it with the hook of your axe to keep it from getting to the dragon.
39.
It is Absolute's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to get up. So 40 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that she has Aura of Protection and Aura of Alacrity again. And then I'm going to strike it the 2 times. Natural 20 on my first strike.
Alright.
Smite!
I'm in.
Roll that dice.
I am doing again another level 2 smite. My second attack was a 2, which would miss.
No, it was your first miss of the encounter.
You're first.
Oh.
This could have gone so much worse if it had.
We could have
I mean, how many natural 20s have I rolled?
Yeah.
quite a few. It's
I'm
been a good night.
glad that it's kept up.
You're doing your dice has not failed you tonight.
Not tonight. Well, this one did.
The other one, the nice metal one.
Oh my gosh! I have 2 8s. I have an 8 and a 7.
Nice.
Give me some damage numbers.
16, plus. I just remember something, but it doesn't matter, but it does matter. So technically, I didn't add. Do the creatures have 100 health?
More than that, yeah.
They're more than that?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. It wouldn't have mattered. Because I didn't add on my...
I mean, it would like remaining?
No.
Like total? Yeah, they had to
No,
to be
the original creature. If on that first attack that Mirren did, would it have... Did it have less than 3 hit points remaining?
her first attack.
Where she killed it on the second one.
No, it had more than 3 hit points
Okay, then it's all good.
before the second.
Because I didn't add my weapon damage, my proficiency, so it's all good.
Okay.
Never mind.
Is that your turn?
It will be as soon as I give you these damage numbers.
Oh yes, yeah, I need to know the numbers.
41 points.
Oh. Nice.
Smite! And
You
then
take these hacks and just cleaving off vine limb after vine limb.
Then my second, oh boy, my second attack was a 2. Even so, I'm gonna say that like the smite was so powerful that even I couldn't recover. From
Yeah.
it. My second one is kind of like.
And you just wildly throw the sword back and just, with this burning radiant energy, just chopping through, leaving charred ends of limbs and fungal shelves and mushrooms just in parts of it just remaining on flaming on its back. And it is Worth's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it with a crossbow.
Your sight line is a little bit weird. You want to move this way?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you have plenty of movement.
Now I'm gonna shoot it with a crossbow.
Okay.
Okay, and it's engaged, and it doesn't see me.
Natural 20!
Roll the d4.
22! No,
and
30. Yes.
Does a 30 hit?
Yep.
So that's 15 points of regular damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's not doubled yet, is it?
No, it's not.
So
38.
38.
15 plus 38.
15 plus 38. Okay, yeah. So what's that?
You get just this critical strike. You get this your crossbow bolt put in at just the right angle to cleave through what would be its eyes, and you see the bolt just and stop straight through its head.
Ew.
It's still moving just a little bit,
After 53 points of damage.
and
Just a little bit.
yes, it is just barely moving. But it is at this point that you guys hear the beating of immense wings overhead in the sky. Crap.
Were you not joking earlier?
And what you see
It's the
and
mama
hear,
dragon.
you hear this piercing cry that just rumbles your heart and lungs. And right at this point comes this immense dragon form swooping from the sky, and you see
And here it is.
its great talons pierce the shambling mound. And you two are within 10 feet of its wings. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh. You have plus 5. And a d4.
I have advantage on dex saves.
Wait, hold on. You probably wouldn't have a d4 because I took 2 hits.
Oh well, whatever.
One was a 20, so I need to hit a 10, and the other one, natural 20. And so it fades. Give me a d4.
10.
Absolute, you save. You see the shadow of these wings descending upon you, and you cower down. But Mjorwin, you don't see it just quite in time. You suffer 8 points of bludgeoning
Oh
damage.
no, I take it too.
You take it as well. You suffer 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are both knocked prone. Just as this air from the wait, you can't be knocked prone.
Yeah.
So you take the damage. This wing slaps you and smacks you into the ground, but your bulwark shield keeps you upright. And Absolute, you just knocked to the ground. And you would see from looking up from your now prone position, you see this dragon's huge claws pierce the shambling mound, and it flies with it high up into the sky. You hear another cry. You see this bright burst of flame. And the charred corpse of the mound as the dragon releases it from this great height. And it, this burned and blackened mound straight down in front of you guys. The dragon as well now swoops back on its second flight, right next to the baby. You see it. Swoop and pick up the drakeling by the back of its neck, and onto the rest of you're out of initiative now. The rest of the large meadow here, you now realize is a large. It's a huge clearing, and there's in the middle of it a pond of crystal clear water. And at the edge of this clearing, there's a large hill. The dragon takes this drakeling with its immense wings, takes off again, heads back over to the hill, sits down upon it, and begins to nurse the drakeling. And you see now basically the scene unfold. The drakeling's a bit smaller than that. With this huge dragon, it takes its baby drakeling under its wings. And it perches on this hill as if surveying her kingdom. And she looks over to you three. You know that dragons cannot speak, but that they are very intelligent.
I put my weapons away.
Yeah. Sheath Cometfell, or not Cometfell, Mazarin Lock, and take a piece of Cometfell and drag it across the chest piece as a sign of respect.
I wish I had the thing that Keebler has where you can like talk to animals.
You sense the energy of the dragon becoming a bit calmer. It regards each of you individually for several moments. You feel like it's trying to discern your intentions. It sits back and looks down, looks back up again, almost as if it's summoning you.
We'll walk right up onto your barbecue pit. Sure.
You can make an insight check.
Yes,
Ah,
let's
yes,
do
that's a
that.
good idea.
Oh, not so good. Except I think Absolute has a great insight.
11.
11.
12.
You remain apprehensive, but you feel fairly certain it's not going to just cook you.
I make sure my hood is lowered, my face is obvious, my hands are not near weapons, and I slowly walk towards it.
You can also make a nature check at this point.
No.
Just because.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Man, I'm not doing well. 8.
Negative 1, 2, 8, 12.
Total of 20.
All right, Worth, you've read about these books. It's a gold-breasted hill dragon. is a type of true dragon. You see these more golden type scales on its chest, and some mottled golden leather on its wings. It is known to be fairly aggressive and protective of its lairs, this is where you are. It's there, and it's young. So that is the type of dragon you see here.
The fact that it's inviting us in means that it's showing interest.
It definitely observed you. It seems as if it was on the hunt for its baby, while the baby was making its way back to the lair, and it had almost arrived when these shambling mounds came out of the forest
My baby.
and ambushed the injured baby drakeling.
My baby.
So, do you approach?
Yes.
Very cautiously.
Cautiously make your way around the Royal Pond and up toward it. You see this.
How far away is it from us?
Maybe a couple hundred feet.
Okay. At about 50 feet, I'll unbuckle the sword and the shield and leave them behind. I'll follow the sun.
You do this gesture of peace, and you see that this hill that it's perched on, and this higher kind of rock that it sits. Beneath it, there appears to be what looks like a sort of a cave, a small cave. And as you approach the dragon, it looks down at you. It is a sight of grand terror for someone who was not on the dragon's good side. But as you approach, it does not give off any signs of aggression towards you. It seems as if it is welcoming you. And you see the baby drakeling crawl out from under its wing and look at you all and give a pleasant cry.
I think that's the real reason he brought the Fey Dragons back, so he can make noises like that.
My baby. I saw my baby.
The dragon then climbs down from its perch in the hill, and it's only a few feet away from you now. And you have trouble grasping just the immensity of this thing. And it turns back towards you, and you see one of its arms go into this small cave. You hear it grab something. It turns and tosses in your general direction a dragon's wood. Dragon spread out before you on the grass is a mixture of shining objects, beautiful objects, and it seems to almost bow at you as it once again ascends the peak.
Wish I had some way to
What do you do?
I walk up to the giant pile of gorgeous things.
It stands back up there now watching you, as if waiting for you to accept its offering.
I walk up and
Okay. Oh yes, yeah. Upon
Do I
sense-
have that? Do I have that today?
You have a prayer.
I didn't take it today.
I'll sense my essence.
Please do.
You reach out with your senses, and you immediately get this strong sense of that there is pure monolith face steel right in front of you somewhere.
Yeah, when you mentioned that pond, I thought about that.
There was no monolith in the pond, but this you don't
Because
really
it's been chopped in
feel
pieces
something.
and it's in this pile of...
Because they chewed it up and pooped it out.
You approach. You find in this pile 900 crowns.
Oof.
I assume everyone's going to be writing this down.
Yep.
900 gold crowns. An ingot of monolith sourced phase steel.
shaped into an ingot like the other ones. There is a large, a beautiful ivory statue of a woman holding a sword. There is a golden crown worked in the shape of antlers, set with 3 rubies in the forehead. There is a gold ring set with 3 bloodstones. There are 3 large white pearls, 2 amber stones, and a bottle full of a golden shiny liquid.
Does the dragon, as we reach and grab the most valuable thing first, to Absolute, that is the crown, does it seem like at any point we are taking too much?
No, it's the dragon simply watches as you do all of the gathering through. It seems that it reached in and gave you a measure of its wealth. It seems like it gave you as much as it wanted to give you.
I walk up to the pile and I look at it. I look up at the dragon. I sort of bow towards it.
It tilts its head a little bit in acknowledgement.
And I reach for what I think is the most valuable thing, which is the ingot and fate steel.
Okay.
I also want to take that ring.
I'm having like a character dilemma. Because I wanna leave a piece of Comet Fell behind as like, this is what's important to me and add it to your hoard, but also it's a piece of Comet Fell. And it belongs to the Brotherhood. So I don't think I will do that.
So,
Absolute thinks about it a lot.
one of you gets the horses, brings them in the saddlebags you will need to carry all of this across the meadows. You load up the loot that the dragon has gifted you for saving its child. And there you are with full saddlebags. What do you do? The dragon simply watches stoically as you do all of this. It doesn't.
How many crowns?
Watching you wait. There were 900.
900.
900 even, so 300 each. If we're dividing that up now, because we do it now while we're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's right.
The other stuff we'll have to sell. I took the crown thingy because I think that's cool. Varith, did you get anything from this crown when you did the Fey Essence thing that I saw you do?
You did not.
I did not.
It's mundane. Back. Can I sniff the potion?
Yeah, it is. It is corked. Well, it's corked and sealed with white wax.
Sure wish I was an alchemist and I could cough it. Quaff.
Quaff.
Quaff. Figure out what it is.
Oh, hold on one sec. Did I told you the name of the guy that you found? You found Ryle's book in the library. I told you the name of the person that had it right because you found the travel notes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did I forget to tell you the name?
Yeah.
There was a name written in there. It's called. The name was Soren.
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 That mean anything?
Religion. Make a religion check or history. Religion or history, whichever you
I mean, religion because it's
religion check.
mine.
I can't believe I forgot. I'm sorry.
You're okay, buddy.
Jameson's.
9.
You have heard the name spoken about the order, spoken around the order before. It's not someone you've met or anyone you could actually describe, but you know it is an order member.
Known member.
A known order member, yes. And for some reason, they left their book and number and shard of Comet Fell, which you still haven't. You still don't know why, but that is Soren's Comet Fell and
5 pieces of Comet Fell now?
How many did you take with you?
Because I had mine, and then I had 3 more from my brothers at the hall, right?
I think you had 3.
And then
2, 3, 4. Yeah, this would be the 5th piece of
that'd be
down
the
that you
fifth piece of Comet
Boy, it'd be creative. I wonder if she would have happened if you meditated with me.
That's okay. So I've been thinking about this. I have legitimately thought about this because I know that the physics in this world exists with it. I know that it happens, but Absolute literally has no reason to do that.
Yeah.
She literally has no reason to do it because
And you have seen Morth doing it, and he's spoken to Vissa about meditating with.
it's just like it. But here's the thing, Absolute is stupid, and she's like, cool. You
Slightly
guys are
stupid
doing
average
thing
person.
with something that you're calling face steel, even after all of this. And she hasn't like put it together that the physics that you guys are playing with and the physics that she's got around her neck are the same. It's just like, no, this is Gmutvel. It is a right. It is just to remember Vralor. And there's no reason for her to do that, even though I know that there would probably be things that happen with it.
I
I
should
just-
meditate with my face tail ingot.
I don't know if the ingots themselves.
You can meditate with your rune.
Yeah, and I have the room too.
Hey,
I should do
Absolute.
that.
You know that,
No metagaming.
But,
If it comes up, squash it in RP, but like no metagaming. But I have thought about that. And I can't like.
I have to respect that.
Hi, my baby. How are you, sweetie? You're gonna hate me in 2 seconds because I'm gonna do this. Oh.
So we should
I was
pack up
happy.
all of our stuff
Alright.
and
You pack all of it up. The dragon watches Stokely, and you mount your horses. And do you leave?
yes, and as we're leaving, I turn to wave to the dragon.
What would you give me if I did find Steed right now?
You have to find out. I've got options. But you return the way you came and get back to through that forest and to the path that you were following before. So you are once again on the path setting north. And now the path starts to curve and go west, as if it is beginning to descend down into the Vineyard.
kitties like boxes.
You can find out what I give you.
I saw my baby in a cardboard box. Oh yeah. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, she's so cute.
She's like, this is good.
Box is good.
You're so cute.
Anyway.
All right. What do you do then?
Oh yeah, I waved.
The dragon watched you well, and almost
Bye,
again.
baby dragon. Goodbye, mama
Stoically
dragon.
reattach all of my gear. We're gonna jump on that box.
What do? You get back to the road.
Continue to head on.
What time of day is it?
Mount Castor Feinstein.
No.
What time of day is it?
No.
It is
It
afternoon
would,
now.
yeah, it was.
I wanted to make you sweat thinking that I would get a dragon,
Oh,
but
I'm not sweating. But no, you don't get anything like that until you get greater finds. Find greater.
we
Steed.
talked about that. I have greater fine steed.
And when he gets certain level,
And fine steed is like horse, mastiff, pony, moose, stag. Greater fine steed is Pegasus and Griffin and stuff like that.
yeah, you can summon some really. That's the one I'm gonna have. the most-
Frost wyvern.
That's the one I'm gonna have the
Man,
most fun with.
who like it's gonna turn into Star Wars dogfights with me and that fool.
All right. So northward you go, on into the afternoon and evening, and the landscape now it kind of goes up and then down again. The road becomes a little more defined for a while, and by nightfall you sense yourselves beginning to come around and descend into the vineyard lands on the way back to Nelson. And night falls. What do? You find you again find another.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say.
find another rune on tree following this path.
I would like to search for the safe spot.
Me too.
Let's survival check.
Survival check. Let's find a safe spot to lay down to rest.
8.
7.
Sadie, get in your box. You're gonna fall and hurt
You
yourself.
find it pretty easily.
Natural 20, baby.
Lined up with this tree,
Aw.
you see off from the side of the road there is this elevated sort of a plateauing hill. The ground up there is it's firm and very good. It's a very advantageous spot. Gives you advantage of your surroundings all over.
I got a natural 20.
And a silver piece.
You're not in any danger. If that adds anything.
Nothing's gonna kill you.
I wanted to prove that I could find it too, because last time I couldn't find it.
You were the first one that saw it.
Okay.
By far, by a lot. It took him a few seconds after you did. Okay. Do you make it?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, tie down the horses. Make you camp. You setting watches?
Yep.
Who's going first?
I think it's my turn to go first. But you have I have not taken first watch yet.
Okay. So you two go to sleep, absolutely.
It is my privilege
I'll
to
meditate.
perception of
Meditating.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
I see Warren's meditating, and I want to meditate on mine
Okay.
too.
So you take your axe and lay it across your knees.
No, it's a 9. Why can't I get an natural 20 on something?
And you each time you're doing the check, you connecting with the Fey essence in your weapon.
you're trying to get a total of 500 over a period of time.
Okay, here one. Make an Arcana check. So, for the first time, really meditating since Valthus helped you forge the rune into your axe, you take it, breathe, meditate, and reach out, and you feel for the first time this widening of your brain, and of your mind, your perspective, and this new power that you had only previously used almost on accident of that thunderous smite now becomes more of a something you feel like you can begin to control.
My brain hurts because I already have a lot of stuff in my brain.
Now you can hold more stuff. You installed an SSD up in there.
And you start your watch up, and you expect both of them to go to sleep, but they both sit there and, with their various weapons, sitting about doing this. Make an intelligence check.
You are.
You ever think about meditating?
My perception was 24.
Oh,
Intelligence.
okay. Oh yeah.
Intelligence with 5.
Oh my god. You
Man, I am super invested on the moose.
you notice the
I got Wicker Beast on the brain and I'm holding out.
you notice the 3 Fey dragons once again. Far off tree. Just watching.
Take a piece of biscuit and put it on Worth's shoulder. Very stealthily.
What's your passive?
20.
Make a stealth check.
I have disadvantage on stealth.
with your slightly clinking armor plates sliding off of each other's.
10.
Worth, you're like,
What are you doing?
Nothing, Bibin. Leave there. I have stuck it to your shoulder piece with a piece of peanut butter. Just continue doing whatever it is you are doing with the ingot that you just.
Are you trying to attract the Fey Dragon? Well, I guess.
Did you know
Could I
that?
know that? I did because I fed them the other day.
yeah, you figure.
They won't come down in these flowers.
There are no flowers around here.
Flowers.
Oh.
This is a raised hill with good perspective. But you don't see any of those flowers around.
I take the thing from my shoulder and put it on my chest.
And I look for the
Do another one on his shoulder.
You can make a perception check if you want to.
me.
If you like. Still up. Look up the.
23.
Baby.
Yeah, you find him after just you search for a second, and then you're like, oh, and you see the 3 glowing points up in one of the trees. They all swoop down at you. And
I attempt to give
Is
them
it
switches.
the video of the guy who puts on his glasses and they open a sliding door and all the puppies kind of like?
yeah, they seem to respond to scritches. Just give them a little.
There you go. Now you don't have to think about weapons for whatever reason you are doing the yacht.
Okay.
I will remain vigilant because I have spooked myself over the thought of wicker beasts.
You're not gonna ask him what a wicker beast is? Alright. So,
I guess I
what-
just assumed it was the moose.
What's a wicker beast?
So, it's kind of it's like a creepy creature in the woods, and it's kind of going into like cryptid territory of just being spooked over things. And like originally with the moose, I was like big antlers, scared of it, and then figured out that it was a stag moose. But I keep saying wicker beast because I like the name wicker beast.
I figured it was something from Ozakovian folklore.
Sure
That you were scared of because you said that that's what
Sure
was
it
afraid
is.
of cryptids.
Sure, yeah.
Some sort of.
I would very much imply that it is all of those things, but I don't have anything too in depth with it. I just keep.
Alright, what do you do next? Do you go to sleep?
I go back to sleep.
Alright, Borth now sleeps. Mirren, you end your meditation. Go to sleep, and you've already done your perception check. So your
Take
watch.
an extra hour of watch just because these guys seem to stay up an hour.
You take that extra hour. Who do you wake up?
It will be Voreth, I think. How can I wake you up interestingly?
Thought about that too.
I'll catch the Fey Dragon's eye again, and I'll take a piece of bread and I'll crumble it, and I'll just drop it all over him.
Breadcrumbs!
And then I'll just roll over in my satchel.
You wake to a spray of breadcrumbs, and a second later, all 3 of them all over you, just nomming the breadcrumbs.
Nice dragons. Thanks, Absolute. I guess it's my turn.
Doing his bad fix, no, just pretending to sleep, rolled over on his side.
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
Dinky. Yeah. We argue over how you should say, how you should fake snore. Is it she does honk sue, and I say cauchier.
It's honk shoe, obviously.
I know!
It's obviously honk shoe.
I've never had this thought before. It's never come into my brain how
Okay,
one would...
clear your mind. How do you fake snore? It's honk shoe!
That's fixed.
It's honk shoe!
It's not Cauchier.
Cauchier.
No, it's not that. That's weird. That is blatantly incorrect. That's just wrong. Gosh, dear, what is wrong with you?
Honk shoe.
Yeah, it is. That's the right way. Everyone else is wrong.
God, you guys are the most wrong people in the world. I'm ashamed to know you. And you over there. You. You betrayed me.
Alrighty then. Your watch begins. Please make a perception check.
I make this watch sullen and angry.
Okay.
For no reason.
Because it doesn't like the way Absolute pretended to score.
29.
Ooh. You observe a pack of deer, or herd of deer, large, moving through the forest on the other side of the road. You see the fey dragons dancing about in the trees. There are fireflies out in the fields and in the woods. Nothing else really occurs much. You're watching? Well, I'll go before dawn. Since Absolute took the extra hour.
I walk over and kick Merwin. Your turn to take a watch.
Worth goes back to sleep. And you sit there for your watch. Make a perception check.
Monster.
8.
Muirworth now doing his snore. It's a little distracting. You don't really see a whole lot else throughout the remainder of the night until dawn breaks.
It's obviously he's upset about something and just trying to get your attention by big snoring.
Real snoring. Unlike yours was a fake snore, mine was real snore.
You would know what a real snore sounds like.
You would.
Because you snore so much, that's why I know what it sounds like.
Because you snore so much.
Alright, you guys rise now. And what do you do in the morning?
I make sure all the gold's still there and all the other things.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Okay.
You all were receptive enough to see that no one stole from you in the night. Horses are still there.
I was the Colbian princess. I wanted to do this last night, but
She looks radiant.
it's so cool. You guys.
Yes, I'm glad you took that because if I took it, everyone would say I took it because I miss you. So.
Oh, da. Wait, what? Did you wear crown?
No, but he had antlers and those look like antlers.
Oh, he was fun.
Yes. Clippity clappity beast feet, dude.
Yeah. They are very cool.
Have you met a fawn?
You would have met your sheriff fawns in your time.
Yeah. The phones are good. They talk like this. The phones are very cool.
Yeah, that's how Thor and Loki should talk.
Very good.
Anyways, that was enough indulgence right now. I will
I
sell
take
this
that.
for money later.
One of those, that ring with the bloodstones and I put it on.
If that's you.
I'm waiting for one of these speakers.
What's a bloodstone?
It's like a ruby, but even darker in color. Very
Legend
dark
says
red.
that you soak a ruby in blood for years.
No. I'll leave it on.
Even deeper red, so yeah. It actually fits quite snugly. Alright, rising up. Breaking camp. Anything else you do?
No.
Look around to see if we're being watched.
Classic Horus.
Alright, check for
So-
tracks.
Paranoid.
Well, wait, Nick says things. What else you doing?
Maybe you should check stuff.
You're so
Make a
paranoid.
perception.
It's Nick's fault I'm there. 27.
You don't see anyone following you. Nothing.
The one time I'm not going to do that is the one time something's going to sneak up on us.
You're not wrong. I'm kidding.
Are you
Right.
biding your time, huh? For the one time that he forgets.
Well, like that one time that he didn't check for traps, and then there was this.
Yes. Everyone had been laughing at me for checking for traps on everything.
I wouldn't do it because you didn't check. It's all. It's.
You plan it out.
I plan it out.
You, as a DM, you don't maliciously do
Yeah.
stuff like that.
No, I
but
wouldn't
man,
do
is
that.
it funny when it like lines up?
Oh, it is funny when it just happens. Like that chest was always trapped, whether or not you checked or not. But it just happened. It just so happened that you didn't, and it was hilarious. Okay, mounting up, you get back on the road. Now, heading west. This begins to descend. However, the landscape changes into one of very difficult rocks and small cliff faces, many boulders. The road becomes narrow and winding. And by the time you come out, it is so very steep that you have to dismount your horses and walk slowly down the last part of the trail. And it becomes clear why people do not enter the hills through this method, through this route. It is very treacherous. But you make your way out and back into the rolling hills of the vineyard lands, where you begin to glimpse those vineyards and villas once again. And you're out in the middle of a field, looking far off. In the distance, you can see a road.
We are nearly home.
Home.
Well, back to us.
You continue on your way.
We are close.
Yep.
It is, I believe, two more days.
Yeah, we left on the 14th, and it's now the 20th.
2 more days pass on the road before you see rising in front of you the walls of Vanson. You pass back through the gate, the southern gate, or the eastern gate. And within a few minutes, walk your horses up to the front of the Blue Apple Tavern. Tie them off.
I'll pull the things out of the saddlebags, throw the saddlebag over my shoulder, undo the thing, pat the horse in the face, and says, "You are free." Thank you. Appreciate your efforts.
You release it,
Your efforts.
and it trots off into the distance.
Disappear into a mist.
No, it's just what's up.
Disappears into a mist, and all you hear is.
If we follow it around the corner, that's when it has just disappeared.
You enter the tavern. You see in there, Brecken, sitting over by the fire. Actually not reading for once. Just enjoying a glass of wine. There are a few other patrons. No one really noticed, nothing too notable. But he raises his eyes as you come in.
I'll pull the big crown out of the bag and set it on the table and says, "It was good trade."
I say, now where did you get a thing like that?
You wouldn't believe it if we said.
From a dragon sword.
I mean, I have heard things nearly that strange in the last 7 months, so.
I pull out the ingot of face steel.
Did you go on to another vault or something? Oh, also in the dragon's hoard.
We rescued the.
No, what
dragon
about
well.
this?
How
What about
did
the
you not-
statue?
Oh yeah.
How
The
did you,
whole big statue.
how did you steal from a dragon's hoard?
Oh, we didn't
It was
steal.
gifted to us.
We rescued a baby dragon, and its mother gifted us with, shiny things. Because we're awesome.
Also, all of this, and I'll just set down my, overbrimming.
Yeah.
I had 16 before.
You begin to set out your treasures in front of Brecken, and he's like,
So, you know the thing that you went there for? Did you find that out?
What did we go for
The
again?
information you were
Yes.
going to talk to someone. Did you find
We got
anything out?
sidetracked.
Don't listen
No,
to him.
this was the B-side mission that we did.
It's
All
all the way
right.
back.
It was more just like we saw a thing, we did it on the way home, and this was,
Okay, but so what did you actually find out then from this? Did you find this person that you were sent to find?
Yeah, that's one person.
And?
The shard was at one point, and very recently apparently, in Valson. She was
25 years ago.
25. That's fairly recent for all this stuff.
Aye.
She was being pursued for having interest and information about it, and apparently whoever was hired assassins to kill her.
If anybody's listening to this.
Yeah.
I will make perception checks.
What am I doing?
21.
28.
I'm slow, sorry. 13!
It doesn't seem that anyone's taking special notice of you here. You take a quick peek out the windows.
I'll talk quieter too.
You can talk quieter, but if anyone is here new that's not really paying attention to your conversation.
Aside from us dumping all this treasure on the ground.
Whoever had hired these assassins to
Do fairly smooth.
attack her was part of the king's court. They had a royal seal on the letter. So.
That sounds bad.
But it at least gives us somewhere to look.
Where? I mean,
I don't know. The palace? This king's court?
Poking around the palace? How are you going to find out who this person is?
I don't know. We can get in with some fancy people, maybe.
Yeah, Worth is gonna be fancy.
I mean, I can't deny it. I love the ring, by the way.
And he's
Thank
good at, being, gutter trash. So he can fit in with anybody and find out information from everywhere.
Let's come up with some kind of good plan.
Yeah. That's your job. We went out and fought vine monsters and were attacked by a giant fungus bear and dire skunk badger.
Mushroom.
Fungus skunk badgers.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it turns out going through fungus forest was a very bad idea.
These things turned around and farted grossness on us.
Like a skunk. It's just worse.
Yes, but it was a dire fungal skunk badger.
And they were giant. They were
Badgers.
huge.
Surprised you don't smell on us. Maybe all the days on the road.
Seems to have faded by now.
All the days on the road. But, so, we think we are going to sleep and mull it over and then tomorrow sell all of the goods that we got from the literal dragon's horde and then,
Right. Plan?
and mull it over and figure out what kind of plan.
Have you
I was
did you talk
thinking-
about it on the way back or anything?
Of course not. We were trying to survive.
You understand how far out of my element I am in this whole high society thing? I don't know what to think.
I was
What do you
thinking
think you're gonna do?
we could leverage one of the gangs, not the one that is
Thought about
hurting
that.
you. The others, we could ally ourselves with them. Other than that, I don't have too many ideas of how we are going to get to King's Court. I have been thinking and not coming up with much.
Do we know about the back alley skags and the razor blades or whatever they
You know more about the Scrags than you do about the Razors, and mostly you know that they would kill any of you on sight.
I want to try. What time of day is it?
Not too late. You got back to town about 11 in the morning.
I want to find out more information about the razors.
How do you plan on going about that?
No idea. I want to go find a CD bar and listen to things. Eavesdrop.
We're already in a shady bar.
So,
Go back to the itchy donkey.
being
No.
being tired as you are. Oh yeah. That's where they found out where the Scrag's hideout was. The itchy
Right.
donkey. A nasty inn outside of town.
Itchy donkey.
So being quite tired, just having got back from these days of travel.
Have fun, I am sleeping.
Absolute is going to sleep at Mirren.
Sleep.
I suppose I should sleep as well.
And then, that's where I went tonight's session.
Hey.
Hey, hey.